Hello, everybody. Thank you for jumping in here on a Thursday night. We got another episode of the Movie Club coming in. I'm really excited to get hanging out here again and getting some new people on the channel. So, always have a good time with this and looking forward to everybody coming out and hanging out in the chat as well. Whether you're hanging out with us for the long haul or a part of it or coming back for a replay of it, definitely appreciate it very, very much. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring out my guest for tonight. Let me bring out, here we got Brian, bdubbbs Movie Hub. How we doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
I know we were talking for a little bit backstage, but
Yeah.
again, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to jump on here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. And I'm sorry, I was having a little giggle at Butts Unplugged.
Yep.
Just so funny,
um,
funny name.
Yep, yep. He caught me off guard the first couple times, but he's been a good friend hanging out in the chat. But I usually go just by unplugged when I, when I stay out there. But good person from the UK that likes to come and hang out and join in with all the fun. But
That's awesome.
yep. Yep. You know, I always joke about when I created my name for my YouTube channel, like maybe if I did it all over again, I would do it a little bit differently and put a little more thought into it. But that's what I went with. And that's what we got here. So,
Yeah. I feel like picking the name was kind of difficult.
yeah, I still question mine, but
Yeah.
now I've already gone for a little while. So I'm like, I'll just run
Stick
with
with
it for a
it.
while.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, again, appreciate you jumping out here.
Of course.
I know we've crossed paths quite a few different times on different live stream chats
Yep.
and chats on videos, each of ours and other
Yeah.
people's. And so it's kind of fun to, in kind of real life here, get to
Yeah.
meet you
Like,
and get to know you a little more.
yeah, it's like putting a face to the name. And
Yeah.
like, I've obviously seen your videos and stuff, but yeah, just kind
Yeah.
of like connecting and just getting together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, lots of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, like I said, I always try to do a little bit of a balance between hanging out with you and jump through the chat. I might do
100%.
just a
Yeah.
quick run through just to say hi,
Yeah. Go for it.
and we'll kind of go back and forth. But I know Clickter Movie Man was out here early, throwing out quite a few things, but he was saying hi to both of us. So
Hey, what's going on?
might have to watch this on the replay, but just wanted to pop in and say hi because right now I'm watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on 4K. And yesterday. Okay. Cool.
Wow. Yeah. Can't go wrong with the Harry Potter collection.
There you go.
So.
There you go. Also saying, and yesterday I watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone on 4K. That's the first movie. I got the 4K box set last month, and I'm finally getting a chance to watch it. That's always a struggle, isn't it?
It is, especially when you buy when you buy like sets and you have to get through an entire franchise. Yeah, I've got a bunch of them back here that I need to get to.
Yeah, it's hard enough when you get a few movies in, but you buy some set and it's like, oh, there's eight more movies right there, just by itself. He's tearing through. We got a bunch of comments here from him. Saying, I just finished the Rocky 6 film set on 4K. Great.
So he's working through franchises. All right.
That's a great one to go through.
Yeah.
Got Adrian James in here saying, hey, Corey, how we doing? Doing
What's
good.
going on, Adrian?
Then we got UK, or I said UK because it came up here, unplugged from the UK here saying hello, giving you a chuckle when you jumped in here. But good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Holland.
Holland's, how we doing, Holland? Always good to see you, sir. Saying good evening. Unplugged saying, how are we doing? I'm doing good.
Doing well.
Thursday.
Feels like, all day it felt like a Friday. I'm not going to lie. All day.
I'm getting ahead of myself, but getting ready for the weekend here.
Yeah.
So got Papa Goss in here saying good evening, fellas.
Hello.
My name stands out. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I'll have to admit, you're the first time you came into my channel and I came across it. It did catch me off guard a little bit, but gave me a chuckle. But I've always appreciated you. You've always been super nice and great in the chat, and so always appreciate the movie knowledge and your pickups that you throw out there, and just the chat that you join in with. Adrian James is saying, hey everyone, just gone 1 a.m. Friday morning in the UK.
All right, so it is Friday somewhere.
Yep. So that'd be Adrian and Unplugged here. Unplugged was saying, I'm just watching The Flash season 5. Okay. Very good. Well, I know. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think I realized. I've seen Adrian in a lot of other chats on live shows. I didn't realize he was from the UK also.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I thought I remember him throwing that out there, but I always forget what time it is there. So I appreciate you all staying up super late and jumping
yeah,
in at least for a little bit here.
unless
But
they're up early.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. You never know with people have different work schedules and,
Yep.
but, oh, we just got I know it always goes by a little slow on here, but Pop Goss just said bdubbbs. I just subbed to your channel.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So before I forget, I'm always good about forgetting about this. In the description of this video, I do have a link to Brian's channel, bdubbbs Movie Hub, and definitely worth going out, checking it out. I always like to say, and it's goes for mine as well too. It doesn't cost you anything to check it out, and that's just
Yep.
the big one of the big hurdles is just getting out in front of different people, and you can go check it out, and you might find the next favorite YouTube channel you want to
Yeah.
follow along.
Yeah.
So,
And I appreciate that. Thanks,
so
Papa Gas.
yeah, no. So with that being said, do you want to throw out there a little about your channel, like where people
uh,
can find you and what's
yeah,
going on?
sure. So obviously the B Dubs Movie Hub YouTube channel. I also have Instagram. I have a letterboxed that I post movie reviews on as well. Um, but yeah, just a small channel doing some movie reviews, showing off the collection. You know, a lot of physical media collection updates, um, unboxings when I have a box of something to open up. I actually have two two packages from Walmart next to me that I haven't even opened. They came earlier in the week and they're just sitting here unopened.
Oh, nice. So you
Yeah,
got some stuff to look forward to
yeah,
here.
yeah. So,
Oh,
but
very
yeah, I
good.
mean that's it. Just like I said, looking to grow the channel and
Yeah.
uh, love meeting new people and talking to people about movies.
Yeah. I know this is I just get a kick out of doing this, hanging out and talking like this and having people jump in the chat because, um, I have people around me in the real world that enjoy movies, but not quite to the same extent. And so this kind of gives that little bit of an outlet to
Yeah,
talk about some of these things. But
yeah, and that's kind of like how I felt like when I, not that I don't have, like I have a really good group of friends that I even go to the movies with all the time.
oh, cool.
So I, constantly talking about movies with them. But like I just felt like watching channels over the last few years, and I was like, this seems like a really fun way to just let it all out and just
Yeah.
talk about movies and something that I'm kind of passionate about. So that was kind of like my driving force as to why I created the channel. I mean, it's almost been a year. I think June 2nd last year was like my very first video.
Nice.
So it's almost been a year. And like I said, I just have fun doing it.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're having fun doing
Yeah.
it, like who cares?
Yeah,
Or at least that's kind of how I've been with it too.
for sure.
I know that we said there was always things that we could work on. Consistency,
Yep,
mixing things up a little bit. I know those are
definitely.
things I definitely need to work on, but as of right now, having fun with it still and
Yeah.
hanging out. But that made me think when Unplugged was saying watching Flash season 5.
Mhm.
Do you get into any series at all?
Yeah, I mean, I have like my shows that I watch with my wife and,
Yeah.
Law and Orders and all those like basic TV shows. I mean, I was a big fan of Sons of Anarchy,
Oh
Justified
yeah.
when those were on.
Hmm.
We've been watching Handmaid's Tale. That's finally back for I think it's last season.
Okay.
So we got that. What else? We just watched Love on the Spectrum. I don't know if you watched
Oh,
that.
somebody was just talking about that this
It's
last weekend to me.
it's
I've never seen
so
it,
good.
but
It's so good. It's just so wholesome
that's
and
what
like
they were saying
yeah,
too.
it's just it's great. And then we just watched the new one with Michelle Williams, Dying for Sex.
Oh, I've heard about. I have not seen that.
One of the best shows I've ever seen.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It's funny. It's emotional. It's just so good. So I think it's only like 8 episodes, and they're like maybe half hour, 35 minutes long. So
Oh,
it's a quick
you can
watch.
get through it pretty
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. I think we watched it in like less than a week. Yeah,
I think that's been a big hurdle for me is when some people I've leaned more towards movies, but I do like getting
yeah.
into series, but I just
Mhm.
have a problem keeping going back to them. But that's a hurdle for me is when you get all these recommendations of like some show that's already finished and it's like, oh, it's only like 20 seasons and 15 episodes a season and they're hour
Yeah,
long episodes.
yeah, yeah. Well, if you wanted like a limited series or a limited thing, Dying for Sex is a good one. Adolescence was really good. That
Okay.
was on Netflix.
Somebody else just
And
threw that one
what
out
else?
too.
There was one other way to watch it. Was a German, so it was dubbed. It's called Dear Child. It's from a couple years ago, but they only did like one season. That one was really good too.
I'll write that down. I don't know
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. I think that one was like 6 episodes as well, something, on the shorter side.
I'm really curious about whether I'm going to have to subscribe to the Apple TV Plus here coming up. Have you seen anything of this Murderbot
No, you
show
know what?
series
My
coming up?
friend just told me about it. He's like, and I haven't watched the trailer for it, and I don't have Apple TV Plus either.
I don't. And it's like the last thing I need to do is get another
It's
subscription to something. But
one of the 16 Skarsgård brothers is in there,
yes,
right?
yep. The scars. One of the scars guards. I'm blanking on the name
It's
right
not
now.
Bill.
But
It's the other one, Alexander. I think.
it might be. I'm totally blanking. I just
Yeah.
know, but it looked it looked interesting. So I was kind of looking forward to maybe jumping out and checking that one out a
Yeah.
little bit. So I'm gonna run through here real quick again. I
Yeah,
saw some new
yeah. I see.
faces
Yeah, I see some chat coming through. So.
coming through here. So we got. What do we got here? Yeah, Unplugged was saying yes. In the UK, we're in the future. Yes. Yep, you are ahead. You're ahead of us for sure. Saying you guys are awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Saying heck yes. Oh, we got Bonnie in here. Mama Blu-ray. Hello. Saying
Hello.
hi. Nice to see you. Collector Movie Man. Oh, you're back. You got back in here. Said, and the new trailer for the Fantastic Four that actually looks really good. And did you guys hear that Pedro Pascal was in the hospital a few days ago? He got hurt doing a stunt on the movie.
Oh,
A
no.
movie. Okay. No,
No,
I did
I
not
didn't hear about
that.
that. Yeah, I do need to see the trailer for Fantastic Four because it's on my watch list for this year.
Yeah.
I got to see if they can figure this out because they can't figure out this Fantastic Four franchise at all. all the past movies have just been.
They've had a rough go at it for sure. But yeah, I'm curious. That'd be one I'll probably check out. Got Johnny in here. What's Johnny watching? Saying what's up,
Johnny?
Cool kids. Good to see ya. We got Enigma in here saying, "My good man, thank you."
Hello.
I'll take that. Papa Goss was sharing some love around, saying he subbed up to Collector Movie Man. That's cool. That's
Very
a lot of
cool.
people you see in here. A lot of people have channels themselves, so always cool to check people out. Got Mika in here, double feature podcast. Mika and Kira saying, "Hey,
hello,
Corey."
hey Mika. I think they just followed me on Instagram, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're fun. Yep,
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. Holland saying hi to everybody. Got some highs back and forth. If I miss anything, always throw it back out there, people. I just want to try to not take too long through here, but I'm a slow reader. I'll admit to that. Enigma is saying Law and Order Criminal Intent was by far my favorite. Vincent D'Onofrio was spectacular.
I mean, he's pretty spectacular in anything he does.
Yeah. So have you seen that? See, I know there's a lot of iterations.
I think I watched a little bit of Criminal Intent. We watched more SVU, and that was just the one that we've always watched. So,
yeah.
And a little bit of the Organized Crime, but that's moving over to Peacock now, and we don't have that. So,
okay. Yeah, that's the tough thing now. With maybe we'll get into that a little bit between physical media and streaming, but then that's one of the challenges when things move around like that. Got some highs to the twins, highs back and forth. Mika was saying Dying for Sex has been one on our watch list.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's good. There's a lot of sex in it. There's a lot of
hence the name,
a lot of junk in it.
Yeah. Little spicy.
But but it's really good. I don't know. I just can't say enough good things about it. It's so funny and so sad all at the same time.
Yeah, no, I heard little bits about it, but I don't know much. I'd have to look into it a little bit more. Got Jamie Hart in here. Hey, Jamie. Saying,
hey, Jamie.
Corey needs to watch Twin Peaks. Yes, I do. Yes, we've talked about that previously a couple times. Yeah.
I never finished Twin Peaks.
I never got in. I never watched it.
I started it a couple years ago, and my wife would always fall asleep during it. Just like the somber music and stuff that was playing throughout it. And then we never wrapped that up.
Yeah, that's one I've always heard a lot of good things about, but I need to dig into it.
Yeah.
Good night, Collector Movie Man. Yeah, thanks for jumping in.
Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Okay. Saying a lot of highs back and forth. We got the Asian action. Oh, Prince. How we doing, Prince? You always throw me off. You change your name every once in a while. So, Prince, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in here. Papa Goss was saying 2 amazing trailers came out today. New 28 Years Later trailer
Oh, a new one.
came
Okay.
out today as well.
All right. Hopefully it doesn't spoil too much, because I know the first trailer, like, people thought it kind of spoiled some things.
I know.
But I'm looking forward to that.
It's a maybe a little bit of a lost art of doing a good trailer that gets you hooked, but not like give away too much of the plot. I've had a couple recently where I was like, oh, that little bit I wish I would not have known, before going in to watch the movie.
Yeah. But then, I mean, you get trailers like there's The Woman in the Yard. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I have not seen the movie, but
the trailer, I didn't really care for the movie too much. I just thought it was a little vague. Like, the trailer was very vague and the movie was very vague, at least in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But that was one that didn't really give you too much. But maybe there just wasn't too much to give away.
Yeah.
In that one. But
I was interested in that one. I don't get to the theater a lot, so there's some I want to see in the theater, but I just don't get to it. But that was one that looked interesting to me.
I'm probably gonna watch it again. I think when it comes out on streaming, just to see if I can
give it another shot.
But first go around was
Yeah, no, I'll have those. But it's worth giving some another rewatch and see what you think the next time around. Unplugged was saying, I have DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, VHS, and VCDs. Wow. I really need to organize them. How do you organize your movies, and what formats do you guys have? So, Ryan.
All right, I'll go first. So mine, everything back here is mostly Blu-rays and 4Ks, and there's a handful of DVDs left. I started my collecting back in the 90s with VHS. I've since gotten rid of all of those, moved into DVDs. I've since gotten rid of all of those. And now it's just Blu-rays and 4Ks. And just a few DVDs left that I kept that didn't have like Blu-rays. And then I found a few recently at like a local library and Goodwill that I know don't have like Blu-rays. Or they were like 25 cents at the library. So I was like, I can't pass it up. So, but yeah, it's mostly Blu-rays and 4Ks back here.
Yep. So I still have a mix. Over the years, I had so many VHS and DVDs, and I got rid of quite a few that now I kind of wish I could go back and maybe keep some of those. But I still have a handful of VHS tapes still from those original runs. I have some DVDs, but we're going to be mostly Blu-rays and then some 4Ks.
Yeah.
And for organization, I'm probably pretty boring. I got mostly pretty much alphabetical, but then in the spinner I have a section for my Criterion, which I don't have a lot, but there's that. TV series are in a section by themselves, and then some box sets that are too big to fit in these shelves.
But I forgot the organization question. So about half of these are alphabetized, and then after we moved to this house like a year and a half ago, I unboxed everything. So half of the collection was alphabetized. So I just put those on the shelf as is. But then as I started buying stuff, I just threw it on the shelf. So it's not very well organized. Which way am I going here? On this side, this is all like Vinegar Syndrome, mostly Vinegar Syndrome and Criterion. And then I have some like Umbrella Entertainment. And so that's kind of like the boutique shelf. But I still have to organize that too. I'll probably just alphabetize most of them just because for ease of finding titles.
For me, it cuts down the search time a little bit for me when you don't have to look too much. But then, I've been getting some more stacks in, and I'll need to go through and get everything sorted through again. But
I got to do that at some point. It's just it's not organized at all. So
well, it's kind of a pain to do it too.
It really is.
So it's not like always top of what your fun list.
I feel like I could like maybe record it and just make a video out of it.
You could probably,
and then kind of like fast forward through the parts of me just dicking around back there. But then I show off pieces of the collection or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're gonna have to spend a lot of time doing it, maybe get some content out of it.
Yeah, might as well, right?
I could see that. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, and you can show off some of the titles as you're going through there. Especially when you were throwing out there, it sounds like you got a good group of some boutique labels that back there.
Yeah, I'm a big Vinegar Syndrome enthusiast, so I got a bunch of their stuff. I haven't bought any of their new stuff this year. I'm gonna kind of wait for some sales. But like last year, I was kind of going hard to the paint and just buying like everything that was coming out. And I was like, I need to slow down a little bit.
I think we all go through some little stints like that where
Yeah,
it's just like, yes, 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 yes. And you're like, oh, wait a minute.
yeah,
Probably need to
exactly.
think about those a little bit more.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, that's great. So yeah, that was going to be some of the questions I had too. Like if you got into some boutique labels. So I heard Vinegar Syndrome, I heard Criterion, I heard Umbrella, I heard,
Yep, I got Second Sight in here too. I really liked
yeah,
Second Sight. I haven't
yeah.
bought a ton of their stuff, but I got some good titles. It Follows, Dog Soldiers, Martin, Green Room, Possessor.
Oh, you got some, yeah.
Yeah, Possessor's really good. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's a really good movie.
I have not.
Yeah,
I'll have to write that down. I always
yeah,
keep a pen and paper here.
check that one out. Um,
I've heard people talk about it before, but I have not watched that. But I have that It Follows Second Sight set, and that's a nice set.
yeah, and that was the I picked that up, and it was the first time I had ever watched it, and I was like, damn, it's
Oh,
a really good movie. And now they're doing the sequel coming out
yeah,
this year.
yeah. I'll be
So
interested to see where they go with it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I
Because I want
enjoyed it.
I know I think she's coming back. I think Micah Monroe. I'm not sure if that's how you
Okay,
pronounce her name. I think she's coming back, but I don't know about the rest of the cast.
okay,
So we'll see what they do.
yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm going to run through just a couple more here real quick.
Go
But
for it. Yeah,
Mika was saying, have you seen the trailer for 28 Years Later?
I've seen the first one that's been like playing before um, movies in the theaters. Someone said there's a new one that came out, but I haven't seen the newest one now.
I saw one of the original like kind of teaser ones, but I have
Mm.
not seen. I think there's a longer trailer out right
Yeah,
now I have not seen yet. So maybe I'll
yeah.
need to go
So
check that
they're
out.
playing it like in front of movies. I think what I see. I went and saw Warfare. They played it in front of Warfare recently. So
Prince was asking Corey, what do you like about I'm a Hero from 2016 again? What do I like about it? Um, well, that was the one. That's the zombie movie, isn't it? I'm kind of trying to think here really quick. It was, I believe it's South Korean.
I haven't heard of this one. I'm gonna have to write this one down. I'm a Hero.
I'm a hero. I think that if as long as or yeah, I am a hero. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Prince. I always gotta shake my memory a little bit, but uh, yeah, it's kind of a zombie apocalypse type of movie, but it's got a little different spin to it.
Okay.
Um, but no, Prince, I really liked it. I like the action of it and the relationships that were going on with it, and just some of with the main character where he is, I think like an artist for like a, and I always probably say it wrong, but like a manga, like a comic,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
type of strip, and he loses himself in it and does like a lot of daydreaming. He's kind of like
Okay.
thought he would be somewhere else in life than where he's at, and has these little like kind of glimpses of daydreams, kind of the, and I was like, who cannot relate to that a little bit every
Yeah, I
once
was
in a
just saying
while?
like that's all of us, right?
Right. I mean, not to be like downer or something, but like you always have those like moments of, like, or, situations where like he's got a coworker or boss that's like just talking down to him, but he has this like daydream that he finally stands up to him, and
Lost you for a second.
now
Yeah.
I'll have to see if it does it on the chat. You'll have to let me know
Yeah.
if we, I apologize if we have any glitches on one side or the other.
Hmm.
So I
Technology, man.
yeah, I mean, you never know, like both of our internets, and then I've had some problems with this software program I've been using. So
Hmm.
hopefully we going good now.
Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
good. I
All right.
loud and clear,
Okay.
not frozen. Yeah.
All right. So anybody, if that's happening in the chat that following it, just hang in there with us. I'm not professional yet, so but I appreciate you hanging in through some of these bumps and little hiccups here or there. But no, I enjoyed this movie. So as long as you're good with zombie movie and
100%. Yeah.
subtitles,
Yeah, that doesn't
okay.
bother. Is
Uh,
it streaming? Do you know where it's streaming or?
I'll have to look and see if it is.
Okay.
I bought it.
Okay.
Um, let me look if I can find it really quickly. Uh, Everything I'm seeing, it looks like you'd have to rent it. like you can go to Prime and rent it or
Yeah,
something
okay.
like that. But
Yeah.
I don't see it on a streaming service right now anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
I'll send you a picture later of it too, or the link of it.
Oh
And
yeah. All right, appreciate that.
but yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Prince was saying, oh, he likes to ask, he goes, serotonin boost time. So he likes to ask, sometimes jumps in and asks, do you have a movie that's your serotonin boost movie? Like if you're down a little bit and need a little pick me up, do you have a movie you can throw in that's kind of like a comfort movie and doesn't have to be your favorite of all time, but just something that
Um
kind of picks you up a bit?
Damn, that's a good question. I mean, I someone says it's a little further in chat, so I'm getting ahead of it, but it says nice Goonies poster.
Oh yeah.
The Goonies would definitely be the serotonin boost for
Right
sure. I
there.
mean, it's such a great movie, and it's just a lot of fun, and like kids going on adventures, like riding their like that was me in the 80s and 90s, just riding my bike around
Oh
town.
yeah. Yeah.
So like something like a movie like the Goonies, yeah, for sure.
Oh, I could see that. Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where I got in trouble a little bit. Enigma was saying, you two need to stay away from deleted scenes if you have not finished Twin Peaks. Bad children. Yep. I that's one that I've needed to get through. Jamie said I watched Twin Peaks in real time. I
Wow.
was 16 when it aired on TV. Had to wait a week between episodes. Yeah, they're doing that a little bit.
Kids these days don't
Yeah.
understand the struggles of watching weekly shows.
Yeah, and sometimes you didn't have like a way to record it, so if you missed it live,
Yeah.
you're just out of luck. But Papa Goss was saying, "I love a great trailer, but you nailed it though. That happens way too
Mhm.
often when they give stuff away." Yep,
Yeah.
yep, for sure.
I think there was a lot of people's issues with Abigail, with
Oh,
the
for
trailer,
sure.
and Abigail was one of my favorite movies when it came out that year. Like,
Yep.
it was like top five for me that year. It was just so much fun, but a lot of people were just upset that like they kind of gave away the
There's something that would
the
have been
main
a little
piece.
more fun.
Yeah.
And I felt that way also about just this year with Companion.
Yeah, I tried to stay because Companion is actually my favorite movie of the year so far. I absolutely loved it, but I tried to stay away from the trailers on that one, and I watched it. It was called the AMC does like this screen unseen, or in this instance, it was called Scream Unseen because it was like a horror movie, even though it's not really a horror movie.
It,
So I didn't know what we were watching when we went to go sit down.
that was the
Um,
same with me. How I saw it.
oh, okay.
Not the AMC. I have a different chain, and they don't have always the same ones.
Hmm.
But yeah, they call it mystery movie night.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't even know that was a thing up until like this year.
yeah. But it was like $5 to go see it, and
Yeah,
or ours or
it
something. It was
wasn't yeah, it
pretty
wasn't
cheap.
overly expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
$10, something like that. But yeah, I think a lot of people were a little upset with Companion because I think one of the posters even kind of spoiled it.
yeah. There's some things it'd be
Yeah,
more fun if they
yeah.
would have. But Unplug was asking, do you do movie hunting videos?
I don't. I haven't gotten the guts to like whip my phone out in a Walmart and,
I'm kind
and
of the same
record.
way.
I love watching people's like videos like that. Like more power to you. Maybe eventually, but I know some people have kind of gotten asked to stop recording, like at Barnes and Noble
Yeah, I've
and
heard
stuff.
some in
So
Walmarts
yeah,
and
and Walmart's, yeah. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I haven't done any of those yet. We'll see. Maybe.
yeah. I always enjoy. I'm exactly the same. I enjoy watching them too, but
Yeah.
I was always bound to determine I was going to do it one day,
Mhm.
and I lost my nerve. And it was one of the Criterion 50% off sales at
Okay.
Barnes and Noble, and I was like, gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm like, no, I just went in
No.
and shopped. And I don't know. It made me a little nervous, a little self
Yeah.
conscious. I think in public doing
I just
it.
don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want like confrontation with like employees.
Right.
And I've
Yeah.
worked retail. Like I understand. Like they don't want people like they're not trying to be bothered by other stuff. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Um, let's see here. Mika was saying Second Sight is one of our favorite labels.
Mhm.
Just love their editions. Umbrella, we've enjoyed collecting as well.
Yeah, I like Umbrella. I got two of their like big box sets with Super Mario Brothers and Caligula, two very different
Oh, sure. Yeah.
types of movies, but they're really beautiful box sets.
Yeah.
So they're actually right behind me here-ish.
Nice.
And then I have something pre-ordered with them, but it got held up because of Daybreakers. I think they like were trying to fix something on that, so like it held up my whole order. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like one of those. It's not. It doesn't ship until everything's ready, kind of a thing. Or
Yeah, yeah, and it's
yeah,
coming from Australia, so it's going to take some time anyway. But
for sure.
yeah,
Unplugged was asking, do you collect any music on physical media?
I don't, not particularly. I mean, I do have a binder of CDs somewhere, but I don't really listen to CDs anymore. I kind of just listen to Spotify
Yeah,
or like the Mets game on the radio.
there you go. There you go. Um, yeah, no, I still have quite a few of the CDs I bought over the years.
Yeah,
I bought a lot of those high school and college, and
yeah,
I still have some vinyl records. So
nice. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm
still
not
got a
a
little bit.
big music guy, but I like different types. Like, but mostly I just listen to Spotify.
Yeah, yeah, no wrong with that. Sometimes it's one less thing to be spending money on collecting. If
Yeah,
you're already
yeah,
got the movies going, and
and space.
yeah, it takes up a lot of space. Yep,
Yeah.
it does. Uh, Papa Goss was saying Possessor is David Cronenberg's son, Brandon Cronenberg, at the
Yep.
helm.
Yeah, I need to see more Brandon Cronenberg's movies. I know he's got a few out there. I think Possessor might be the only one I've seen though. I think
All right.
he did Infinity Pool. I think is that one of
Okay.
the ones he did
That I'm blanking on.
with one of the Scars guards.
Yeah, yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
But no, Possessor. I've heard there's been a few different people over the years talk about that one that I need to check that out.
yeah, yeah. Highly recommend it.
Got Steve in here, just Moody, saying howdy, y'all. Thanks for jumping in here. Miko saying big one vinyl. So
Okay.
you're saying collect some vinyl? I do some, but it gets a little pricey. They've raised the prices on those quite a bit. Oh yeah, there was your Goonies poster
Yeah.
reference.
So one thing I did want to say about it's actually signed by Corey Feldman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I met him at the Chiller convention, which is here, like in New Jersey. They do it twice a year. It's actually coming up again next weekend, and he was at the one this past year. So I bought this off Amazon just so I could have him sign it.
No, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Hopefully, I can get the rest of the cast that's on there to sign it at some point. Except for I doubt I'll ever get to meet Josh Brolin, but like everybody else, I think does like the convention scene. So
Yeah,
maybe over time, I can get everybody to sign it.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, very cool. Well, you got a good start at it anyway.
yeah,
So.
it definitely.
Steve was saying, I think Corey's son needs to call the wedding off. It's going to make the beard. Oh yeah, no, that one's happening.
I mean,
Yep.
that
This is
is
on the last days.
that's a hell of a beard. I gotta
It's
admit.
well, thank you. This is the furthest I've gone with it ever before. So, and I know I've said it a couple times, but the days are numbered. So people will probably wonder who I am after I shave this off. But yeah, it was my little winter project, I
What you should
guess.
do is update your thumbnail to you with the beard, so that when you shave it, because like your thumbnail now, you don't have the beard.
I know I don't probably look anything like that, but probably put on weight and I'm hairier than from when I took that picture. But yeah, I'll take one like this and then shave it off and then
Yeah,
throw people off going the
confuse
opposite
everybody.
way. Yep. I'm doing a good job at it already anyway. Got Greg Brewer in here saying hi all.
What's going on, Greg?
Thanks for jumping in here. Got some highs back and forth. Prince was saying, "Oh, and I had a great birthday last Tuesday, or last Tuesday this week. I appreciate the love, everyone. Well, happy birthday!
Well, yeah, happy birthday.
That's very cool." Unplugged was saying, "Oh, back in the days when we had less channels and had to wait for shows to air." Yep,
Exactly.
yep. Oh, here we go. Prince was asking, "How did you come up with the name bdubbbs?"
I saw that. I was waiting for that to pop
Oh,
up. I saw
okay.
that come over on the side. So bdubbbs is a nickname that I was given a very long time ago. So my last name starts with a W. So a friend of mine from many years ago just started calling me bdubbbs. And it kind of stuck. And over the years, all my friends just started calling me that. I don't call myself that. It's like in my videos, I just introduce myself as Brian.
Yeah,
Um, and then when I was trying to come up with a YouTube channel name, I was like, I need something like different. And I was like, oh, B-dubs. Like, can I incorporate B-dubs into the name? And I was like, oh, B-dubs. I did use some sort of like YouTube name
oh yeah, yeah,
thing, and I
yeah,
like plugged in a couple of things and like give me all these sorts of dumb ones. And then finally I was like, oh well, like hub rhymes with
yeah.
B dubs. bdubbbs movie hub. And then I was like, all right, that's it.
There you go. No, that works
So
perfect.
that is how I came up with the name.
Well, and mine, similar thing too. A nickname short of my last name that
Yeah.
had been used, but and of course, my last name starts with a W. But I'd been called Dubs before in the
Yep.
past too, so
Yeah. Yeah.
got the old W going. So there you go. Got the history of the name.
Yep.
Uh, we got here. Johnny was saying, "Come on, Corey, mixing it up with the sales associates at Barnes and Noble is so much fun. Trust me." I avoid the confrontation. I try to anyway.
Yeah.
Um, and then Unplug was saying, Brian, I would like to subscribe to your channel. How do I find your channel? I do have the link in the
Yep.
description
Check it
of
out
the
down
video.
below.
Yep,
Yep.
you should have it. I'll double check, but it should be there where you can.
If it's not
click
there,
the-
we can probably drop it in the chat.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah.
But I'm positive I got it. Yep, it's there. But let me just. I should be able to just throw it in the chat here too. We'll just make it easy. We'll get it all over the place. So that should be that too for the link in the chat.
Very cool. I appreciate the subs. I've
Oh,
actually
yeah.
gotten I think probably from you sharing the the link throughout the week, I got like 5-6 new subs just this week alone.
Awesome.
So I appreciate it.
Oh, I love it. I think it's cool to have that because I'm a very
Yeah.
small channel too. So
Yeah.
it's cool when something like that could happen and you just gotta
No,
share the love.
I
around a little bit.
appreciate it. So
Yeah, take every single one of them you can get, man.
Yep.
Holland was saying Infinity Pool is
Yeah.
his.
Yep, one of the Scars cards. There we go.
And, Prince was asking, "What's your favorite kind of movie ending?" Oh, I had a little
yes.
poll the other day on my.
I did. I selected one of them. Now I can't remember which one I selected.
Well, you can change your mind too. It's all right.
What were the options again?
There was I think like a happily ever after kind of a thing.
Yeah.
An open ended.
All chaos, right? Like
All chaos. Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody dies
everybody
or
does.
just chaos, and then there was like one other, and I'm blanking on it now.
I think I selected the open ending, but the all chaos one where everybody dies is also a lot of fun.
just leave you in ruins when you.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I know that's like one of those questions too. It depends on the movie. It depends on your mood at the time and
For sure.
everything. But
Yep.
sometimes it's kind of fun to throw little questions out there and see what people have to say.
I haven't done any polls. Maybe I should start coming up with something and throwing them on the posts.
That's kind of fun. Once in a while, like sometimes you just get votes, but then sometimes people comment on them, and it's kind of it's a fun conversation.
Oh yeah,
thing.
That's why I like anytime somebody comments on any one of my videos, I always make it a point to respond to it, just to kind of
for sure
keep that engagement going. So
yeah. Well, they took the time to throw the comment out there, so
and
that's
watch
cool.
the video.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah.
So it's like, I'll definitely throw a comment back out there.
Yeah.
So Papagasso was saying Brolin did 2 convention appearances last year and does private signings with, I don't know what that.
Yeah, what's SWAU?
Probably something I should know, but I don't know what that is. But
interesting.
Yeah, I figured he probably would be one of the harder ones probably to get.
Yeah, I don't. He probably wouldn't do so. Chiller, where I got Feldman, that's kind of on the smaller scale. I would think Brolin probably do like the bigger, like New York Comic Con, Awesome Con, stuff like that. I haven't been to New York Comic Con. I just so many people there, so like I haven't gone to those.
Yeah, some of them look pretty crazy. I've never been to a big convention before. I think it'd be kind of fun to go to. Maybe I don't need to go to the biggest, but a good mid-size convention.
Yeah. I like the small. I like Chiller. I did New Jersey Horror Con with my buddy. That was like actually smaller than Chiller, but that one was cool. I met the cast of Blair Witch Project. They were there, cool. So that was cool. And and then Chiller again is coming up next weekend. So I'm actually going Friday and Saturday next week.
Very nice.
So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Oh. I need to get to one. I'm in a very small market,
so
I gotta travel ways for they do have. I have found a couple small ones that they have here, so I'm gonna really try hard to get to those this year because just how close they are. I mean, it's a lot smaller. They won't have, like as big a names, but I was looking at some of the guest lists, and I'm like, oh, okay, I was recognizing a couple
Yeah.
people, and then even some people I might not know who they were, but they were voice actors
Yep.
for animations that I recognized.
That's
So,
cool. Yeah.
or video games even,
Mhm.
and so I was gonna at least try to catch some of those because not as far away, not as crowded, not as expensive, and
Yeah.
just to get some of the fun of it. But I would like to get to a bigger one, but close around me, I probably need to hit like a Chicago or a
Okay.
Minneapolis or something, or St. Louis,
Yeah.
maybe one of those that would have something. But one of these days, I get
Yeah.
around to
Yeah.
it. Papa Gus was saying I have signed Data Funko Pop from Ki Hu
That's
Kwan.
awesome.
I always say it wrong. Sorry, but that is
He's
cool.
so good, and like his resurgence from everything everywhere all at once, like it was so good to see him like come back and just kill it in that movie.
Yeah, and then the awards after that
Yeah.
too. And Nick McQuarrie needs to stop eating those powdered donuts to make his beard look like that. All natural, buddy.
We're all
It,
getting a little gray.
I
I mean,
know.
mine's not as thick and luscious as yours, but
It's yeah, not too much longer, but yeah, I hadn't grown it out in a long time. I knew there was going to be more gray, but there ended up being a lot more than I was expecting. So that'll be the fun. Each time I grow it back, I'll see how
yeah.
much whiter it is. But got everything. Isabel, hi Isabel, saying,
Hello.
"Hey Corey, just finished dinner. Hope all is well. All's great. Thanks for jumping in and saying hi." Yep, there you go. We got Holland says
B-
bdubbbs and cdubs.
there you go.
I have been called that before.
Yeah.
Smirk, what's going on?
How you doing, Smirk?
Good evening, Corey and Brian. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to run through here real quick. You guys are awesome in the chat. Thank you so much. I'll try to probably put a pin in it here real quick and jump back talking. But this is fun too. The questions that you've thrown out,
Yeah.
it's fun to do that too.
It's always great when they're engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where sometimes this can be fluid, where we'll
Right.
just kind of see where things go, And
Exactly.
if there's a lot of questions coming in through the chat, it's fun to hit that too.
Yep.
Hey Henry, what's going on? Regari21 saying,
How you doing?
"Hey, hola Corey, hola sir, cómo estás?" I have to try it with him every once in a while. I can't go too much farther than that. um, Prince was saying, "Oh, and Corey, I finally talked to Austin St. Pierre about anime. Let's go." Okay. I've only dipped my toe a little bit into anime. I haven't watched too much. I don't know if you've gotten into it too much.
No, it's never been a genre that I've gotten into.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's so many, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, so many different genres to get
Of
into.
course. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Henry was saying, "Hey, bdubbbs."
How you doing, Henry?
Uh, oh, found you. Just
There
got a
we go.
sub there. There we
Thank
go.
you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Unplugged. And Henry threw out there just sub to bdubbbs. There
Awesome.
we go. Keep the love going. I
Yeah.
always love seeing that. Hey, Tony, what's going on?
Hey, Tony.
Been a subscriber to Brian since the beginning.
He was
great
early
channel.
on. Yeah. He was one of the first.
I'll tell you what, he was a very early on one for me as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's because it was kind of funny. I started my channel and I really hadn't done anything with it yet. And he was like, "I swore I was sub to you. I thought you had some videos." I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting on it." And he was right there. He got subbed
Yeah.
up. So very cool guy, great supporter.
Yeah. I love his little he does his little he shows off like one like super short, like 3 to 5 minute video where he does like the unpackaging and stuff and he
Oh, I
like,
love
shows
it.
off the inside. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's very. I've told him like I can hit a lot of those because it's very. I know I'm like the opposite end. I do these live streams that are like hours long or whatever, and
Right.
but it's great to see because you get to hear from him. You get to see a cool movie
Yep.
getting opened up, and less than 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
he mixes in some longer ones too, but he's got some good ones there. But especially when he's showing his collection off. So.
Yeah, I think he does like the monthly hauls. He'll do
Yes.
like everything he picked up. Yeah.
Everything he picked up, and then he'll usually do one like what he watched in the
Mhm.
month, and he watches a lot of movies.
I
So,
I started doing the what I watched. I did the first one. I just did that in January, February, and March. Because I just think it's fun just to rattle off the things on, and I usually could just flip through my letterbox and talk about like what I rated it and stuff. So
Yeah, I think it'd be a good. I think it'd be a good thing to do. It's kind of fun to look back, like you said,
Yeah,
to see what all you watched and just kind of
yeah,
hit on some things and
yeah.
shed
And
some
that's
light.
why I like the app too, because like,
Yeah, I
if I
use
had
it
that
too.
when back in the day, it would be great to know like when I saw Jurassic Park for the first time or something
Right.
like that. So I love it.
Yep. I use that too.
Yep.
All right, here we go. We got an explanation here. Um, so that is one of the big autograph companies from the UK, but you can send your items in. I've done it before.
Oh, nice.
Hmm. I've been a guest on their podcast a couple of times. Oh, very
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I got Jeff in here, John Doe Juggalo in here.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
What's up, Brian? Glad you were able to make the movie club.
Hell yeah. Me too. This is awesome.
Glad you said yes. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. um, Unplugged was it? What movies are you watching this weekend? Do you have anything lined up?
I don't. I want to watch Sinners, but I don't know if I'll get out to the theater this weekend to see it.
I
Um,
I'd like to see that one as well.
yeah, because that looks really good. I do have again with the physical media, I have just so many to watch, and like I usually try to like watch one or two like Friday nights, one or two Saturdays,
Hmm.
like one on Sunday. Tomorrow night I'm actually going out. We're going to see my buddy's band, so
Nice.
probably won't get a movie in tomorrow night. But
That's
yeah, I
understandable.
don't have anything picked out, and I think that's the hard part, especially when you have the collection. Like I could stand there for hours and just
I know.
stare at it and not and not know what to watch.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You have a lot to select from, but then sometimes it's like the deer in the headlight kind of thing.
Yeah,
You get locked up where you're just like you don't know what to pick because there's so
yeah,
many different
and
things. But
it also like, do I want to watch something that I haven't seen before or
right.
something that I have seen? Because like this, like so far this month, obviously Val Kilmer passing away. Like I've been
Yep.
trying to rewatch some of his movies because he's such a great actor.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm watching this weekend.
Yeah, I got to line some stuff. I'm same boat where I really want to get out to see Sinners. I think that would be
Yeah.
a good one to see, but I don't know if I'll be able to hit the theater this weekend. But then
Mhm.
I've gotten some new ones in. I'll have to look. Yeah, I got to get something in, but I don't have it picked
Yeah.
out yet.
Yeah. I do want to watch rewatch The Warriors. I have the Arrow 4K, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
James Remar is going to be at Chiller next weekend, so I'm looking forward to maybe getting him. There's like a poster in there, so I may have to see if he could sign the poster for me.
Oh,
So yeah,
that'd be cool.
but it'll be cool to rewatch it. Like maybe let him know, like, hey, like I just watched this again for like first time in a long time. But
No, that's cool to have something like that you can take along to
yeah,
maybe get an autograph or something off of there.
yeah, definitely.
Papa Gasso's, what part of Iowa are you in? I'm Eastern Iowa. So, yeah, kind of towards the eastern side. Not too far. It's not too bad of a drive to get to the Illinois border.
Hmm.
That's why I was throwing out there like Chicago might be a good spot for me to try to track down a bigger convention to try to hit
Yeah,
sometime. But yeah, I'm on the eastern side. Um, let's see here. Got Eli in here. Eli, what's going on?
hey Eli, how's it going?
So what's up, Corey, Brian, in chat? Good to see you. All right, I'm going to run through some of these really quickly. Papa Gus was saying I was born in Iowa City and have family all over the state. Oh, very
Oh
cool.
wow,
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know how long you were in Iowa City, so maybe you're still a Hawkeye fan. I don't know. But, oh, very cool. Well, I'll have to connect up with you about that sometime here. But yep, I'm born and raised. I was in Western Iowa and now I'm Eastern Iowa. So I guess that's the furthest I got. uh, let's see here. We got a lot of highs back and forth. Um, I'm going to say hi to Gizmo. I see Gizmo jumping in here. I'm trying to proofread. Sometimes I never know. You like to trip me up a little bit with some of the chats that um, what you put in here. Um, I'll bring it up here anyway. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Lucifer can flip a burger for you, Corey, if you ask twice. I'm not going to say that 3 times. I loved animals on my pizza. Gizmo, always love seeing you. You always got
that
to put something in the chat.
that was an interesting comment.
He always got to do something that will trip me up a little bit. So sometimes I kind of look at it a little bit before I go for that. Okay, sorry. Everybody. Thank you very, very much for doing this. But we're going to kind of jump through some of these. If I miss anybody, repeat it if there was a question or something that I missed. But Tony's saying, yeah, quick and short, some of his videos, but that's all right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I like to keep like the reviews I do pretty short, like under 10 minutes, just to because there's no point. Like I don't need to go on and on and on about a movie. Like I'm just gonna get to the point, let you know if I liked it, why I liked it, or why I hated it.
Yeah. Well, and that's something I got to practice that a little bit more too, with getting into reviews a little bit more. It's, man, like we're talking about trailers giving away too much,
Yeah,
it's like,
I try not to do any kind of like spoilers in it, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's,
no plot details.
I know. So that's that fine line of like giving enough to like get your point across, but
Yeah,
not ruin the movie if somebody doesn't want to have a spoiler
exactly.
for it.
Yeah,
Papa Goss was saying, if anybody has a channel, throw it in here. I'd gladly sub up. Already subbed to most people on here. That's very cool of you.
yeah,
I always
that's awesome.
appreciate that. Uh, got
Uh-oh.
some highs back and forth still. All right, I'm gonna keep on. If anybody else has any other questions, and like I said, if I miss something, throw it back out there. But definitely put it through here. I'm trying to. Oh, Unplugged was. If you're still in here, he's saying, "Gotta see you next time. Checking out." Nope, no worries.
Have a good one.
Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in the chat. I agree. See, Gizmo's trying to get me in trouble, making me say all these like names 3 times that I'm not supposed to say. But Mika was saying reviews are fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mika and Kira, they do a great job with that. But I just, yeah, I feel like I stumble with it a little bit. So I guess practice makes perfect. Keep on going.
I mean, I stumble in all my videos, and like the amount of editing I do around my ums and buts and like all that stuff. It's like
We
it's
all,
wild. Yeah.
yep, we all do that for sure. Uh, Miko is saying, would love to know your 5 desert island films. Oh, these are always tough questions.
These are always tough
Mika's
questions.
coming with tough questions.
That's like asking you what your favorite movie of all time is. Like,
Yeah, I know. So how about 5 that would be great, but you can change your mind next week. We won't hold you to it if you.
all right, Jurassic Park is definitely on that
Oh,
list.
great one. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Trying to think of different ones because, like I said, I did this came up in one of the other lives I did on a channel, so I want to see if I can give to the different. Jurassic Park is the same though, so that was on there. Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I don't think that was on that list. Gladiator.
Yep.
The first one, not the second one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that 3? What did I say so far? Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, Gladiator.
Yep. 3.
So all in the 90s. I gotta get out of the 90s.
That's all right.
Give me something from the 80s. I'll go Willow. Bring in the Val Kilmer because Willow was always such a fun movie.
Yeah.
I think I was like 8 when that came out, so like that's a good one. And let's go with shit.
It's hard. I mean,
it's hard, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're on the spot too.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll go with Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was on my last one too, but I mean, I'm a big Spielberg guy, so
that's all right.
Can't have enough of his.
That's a great list. It's hard to argue with any of those.
And yours?
I know. Yeah, you can't get off that easy.
You've had all this time to think about it.
I know, right? But I like the idea of like mixing it up a little bit. But I always, and I'm probably a broken record with some of these, but Unforgiven is a Western I really like.
So good.
If I was going to go something a little different, another one I really like is Heat.
Yeah.
I'd throw Back to the Future in there. That's kind of a fun,
of course,
nostalgia movie. Oh God, it's come up with something different. Jurassic Park, that'd be a good. The original.
You froze. What, I missed the last one you said.
Superman.
Okay.
The original
one.
Reeves.
Yeah.
And oh man, see, that is tough. And this will probably be like people like, oh, whatever. Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
that's another one.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I do really enjoy that one. So
I think I might, going back to what I might watch this weekend. I may watch Heat because like I said, I've been trying to rewatch some Val Kilmer.
Okay.
And I don't have Tombstone yet because that's the 4K that's coming out. I think it's getting delivered sometime next week. So, but I may watch Heat this weekend and maybe Tombstone next weekend just to get.
Yeah. No, Heat's one I remember seeing it in the theater and really enjoyed it. And I've always like that one, but it's been a while, so I'd maybe.
Yeah, it's been a
Uh,
few years since I've seen it, and I got the 4K when it came out, so I'm looking forward to watching it on that. And then there's that gunfight scene, one of the best in cinema history.
oh
So
yeah, coming out of the bank. But I
yeah,
also like in Heat. I always like the sit down at the coffee shop scene
yeah.
too.
Oh, it's a great scene. Yeah,
That's always that's pretty that's a pretty good one too.
yeah.
But Eli was throwing out some of his on here. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, Twister, Stephen King's The Night Flyer, and Top Gun. There you
Demon
go.
Knight. That's an interesting one. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one in a long time.
Mika was saying great picks, Eli. I love
Yeah,
it. All right. Yep. Oh, and then Mika was jumping in here. Heat is a great film.
yep,
Yeah, I always like
yep.
that one. It's great for people who can't find the Blu-rays anymore. I'd say I have both on Blu-ray, but they're tough to find in the wild. That must have been one of the movies earlier.
Hmm. Okay.
And then Mika was saying, Alien and Aliens have to be on our list. But, yep, I know you're
You
big
can't go
fans of
wrong
that.
with either of those. So
Yeah. So I know I'm going to put a pin in that for right now. Everybody,
yeah,
keep on going, keep them going. I
yeah.
love it. But just to kind of switch gears here for a little bit, I know one thing we were talking about, what we're kind of hinged at a little bit.
Uh, Lost him. I don't know if anybody can hear him.
Tell me in the chat, can everybody hear me, or am I cutting out?
I hear you. I hear you back now, and you're a little blurry. So I think you're on your way back. It looks.
Oh man, I apologize, everybody.
No, yeah, it happens.
I don't know what's going on with
Yeah.
the. Hopefully, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. I could hear you, and the video is clear too. So
Okay. Yep, I see Holland there saying, "Yep, I'm cutting
hmm.
out a little bit." Okay. All right. Maybe I'll be
it,
switching services I'm using
yeah.
too
I
to
mean,
try something different.
it's not like every second. So
Okay.
you're good. Like you said, you're good right now. Every
All
once in a
right.
while, it happens, but
Well, I apologize again, but no, what I was just going into is we were hitting on earlier about wanting to track down a movie and
mhm.
or a show, and knowing it's moved to another streaming service,
Yep,
and was just kind of curious how you mix up. I know you definitely have a lot of physical media behind you
yep.
that you watch, and I know we were talking about streaming some things, but how do you kind of mix that up? How does that work into your movie watching or show
Yeah. I mean,
watching?
actually, like even just this month alone, I've actually streamed a lot, mainly because, like I mentioned, I think it was off air. I traveled the first week of April, so I actually downloaded um, some stuff on Netflix to like a tablet, just so I could watch that on the plane and in the hotel room. So I did some streaming there, but I mean, just Netflix. We subscribe. We're basically our live TV is through Hulu, so we get all like anything on Hulu that's movie related. I can stream through there. Um, I do have a Shutter account. I think we're going to kind of get rid of that sometime soon because that was like a birthday gift from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But just I haven't been using that as much as I wanted to, so I may get rid of that one. But yeah, I think Netflix and Prime and Hulu are kind of the main streaming services that I do use. And yeah, if there's a movie on there, I'll look for it. I did a lot of that with some of the Oscar nominated, like the Best Picture stuff, because I didn't
Sure.
get to see them all in theaters.
Yeah.
So I rented them on like Amazon or whatever they were. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't mind streaming. Like I said, I love collecting and I love physical media. But if there's a movie that isn't out on theaters or it's not on physical, I'll definitely catch it on some sort of streaming service somewhere.
Sure. So you do a nice mix between the
Yeah,
two of them.
yeah. I think I watch most stuff on physical media, but I do, I'll mix in streaming here and there, and I love
So
going to the movies too, like the theater. So
oh sure.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's always fun to
yeah.
do for sure. Do you ever find yourself with the streaming checking things out before you buy it, or do you ever
Um,
use it in that capacity, or just kind of things you're not unsure of buying or
Mostly like stuff I'm unsure of buying. I haven't
Mhm.
really. Um, I don't know if I found anything that I've loved enough on streaming to buy the physical media, and I think there is some stuff that's streaming that they don't usually put out. Like I
Right.
don't think a lot of Netflix movies are coming out on
Right.
on physical. But I think I saw what's the show? There's a show on Prime that I just saw is getting like a steelbook release, and I haven't watched the show and I wanted to. I can't think of what it is. Based on a video game. Um,
On Prime.
Yeah, it's eluding me now. Somebody in the chat will probably throw it out there, and I can't think of what it is. Walton Goggins is in it. Sorry if you'd hear my alarm going off. Forgot to
Oh,
turn
that's
that off.
okay. Oh,
The hell's the name of the Fallout?
Fallout. Yes,
Fallout. Yes,
man.
Fallout. Okay.
I kept on wanting to say Last of Us, but I know that wasn't the one you were
That's
talking
another one I
about.
want to watch. I don't have Max, but I do
Yeah,
want to watch Last of Us. So
yeah,
I was trying to see if I could do like a free trial with Max,
yeah.
and I couldn't find one.
I don't
Yeah,
know if they do it or
yeah,
not, but
yeah. It doesn't. At least I couldn't find anything. Yeah, Holland in the chat just said it's Fallout.
yep.
So
Yeah,
I wanted to
usually
watch it. I haven't just never got around to it. So
I haven't either, but I heard good things about it.
yeah, I heard and my one of my buddies told me it was really good. And I'm not a video game guy. Like I don't play video games, so I don't know anything about Fallout. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like. I haven't seen Borderlands yet with like Kevin Hart in them. I
Yeah,
know people hated that movie, but like I
yep,
thought it was kind of fun. But I didn't play the game, so like
yep.
I haven't watched it yet. I do need to check that one out. But
I have not seen that one either,
yeah,
but um, but yeah, no, I'm just kind of I was just curious because sometimes people have strong feelings one way or the other about physical media or streaming or one or the other. I seem to do a big mix of the two. I can't buy everything I want, so the
yeah,
streaming's
for
kind of
sure.
nice to
I mean,
watch
especially
some
I
stuff.
mean everything is just expensive these days. So like,
Hmm.
not to get too much into like the pricing of things, but I mean things are a lot more than they were a year ago.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah, and it seems like it continues to kind of go that way. So,
yeah, yeah.
but for sure. I saw this one comment. It popped up when we were talking about heat, but Holland was just saying that he loves his when he's walking out of the bank. I think where he's got the like he's got the grin going that he's like
Yep.
they got away with it, and
Yeah.
then not quite so much at that point.
Yeah.
But
All right. That's solidified. I'm watching Heat this weekend.
yeah, I was gonna say that one talked you into it.
Yeah.
But so what I know we were talking about you starting up your channel. What
Mhm.
and I know you were saying this was kind of an outlet to talk to people. But was there something that really kind of kicked you off that really got you going for it? So
So I was kind of I just gotten into watching other people's channels on YouTube.
hmm
And when I first kind of started getting into the Vinegar Syndrome as like a boutique label, I was watching. There's a guy's name's Bullet Blake, and he was doing like unboxing, so I like followed him, and then I saw he was doing like live shows with Master Chaos. I don't know if you know
I know
him.
the name. Yep, yep.
Yeah, so he does like monthly. Every time Vinegar Syndrome does or a drop, he'll do like a live show. So that's kind of how I started watching it, and then that got me to watching Ken over at Mid Level Media,
Sure.
and I watched one of his, and I was kind of toying around with the idea, and I watched one of his live shows, and I dropped a comment in the chat. I was like, "Do you have any, advice for someone that's thinking about it?" And he's like, "Get yourself a cheap microphone, a cheap ring light, and just do it." And
Yeah.
just talk. He said it's going to be weird, it's going to be awkward, and I thought about it for a little bit. I went on like a trip down to Charlotte with some guys. I was talking to some friends about it. And then when I came back, I was like, yeah, I talked to my wife. I was like, I think I want to do this. And she's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And
That,
I just started it up, man.
that's cool, and that was great advice from Ken. That's
Yeah.
some people would give me some similar things too, where they're like, it's so easy to fall down that rabbit hole of like, I got to buy the most expensive this and that
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything, and they're like, just start with stuff you either got or cheap stuff that you can get
Yeah.
that can get you by just to see if it's something you're gonna
Yeah. I think, let me see if
hang
I have it
with.
here. I don't use it anymore because I bought a different mic, but I bought this like little
Hmm.
cheap, I think it was like $20. The
Yeah.
ring light that I use, that was like $20. I bought this. This is the new mic I use now.
Okay.
So, because I was having some audio issues, and I was like, let me just buy like a real microphone.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and that's kind of where I was at with
yeah.
some of the stuff too, but in reusing some things I already had,
Hmm.
and then that's kind of the fun, just trying out things. And like tonight, having little hiccups every once in a while there,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it happens.
you just got to roll with it. But
Yeah,
that's cool. But yeah, so that's a similar thing where I was too. I was hanging out in people's live stream chats and talk with them. So that's cool that you got a little bit of advice through
yeah,
some of those channels, and got the courage up to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, just even just kind of connecting with, obviously you,
Yeah,
but just other YouTubers. Frank from Frank's Media and Reviews. I mean, he's been
sure.
a real good friend and kind of always watching videos, commented on it. Ryan with Real Talk with Ryan. I don't know if you
Yep.
know him or not. Um, just always the support that they, and them just watching and commenting. I think it's just such a great community,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I love it.
Well, it's always fun seeing the familiar is what I want to say. Names popping up and faces popping up, and
Yeah,
it's like walking into a restaurant and seeing a couple of your friends hanging
yeah,
out,
exactly.
and get to hang out and talk for a while. So
For
no,
sure.
no, it's very good. So I've been watching your videos with some of your reviews and your
Hmm.
hauls. Do you have anything? You're obviously having fun doing
Yep.
that, which is really cool. Do you have anything that you're looking at trying out, or anything on the horizon, or are you just like, I'm having a fun time doing this, which is none wrong with that at all. I just didn't know if
Yeah. I definitely want to do more top 10 type of lists. I've been saying for months that I'm going to do my top 10 Vinegar Syndrome Ultra. They actually have like 11 or 12 of them, so I might as well just do that. But like kind of ranking those and just kind of doing more ranking videos.
yeah,
I think I mentioned it kind of earlier when Collector Movie Man was going through the franchises. Like I have a bunch of
sure,
franchises that I want to kind of get through this year that I've never seen.
yeah,
Um, Twilight and you know Hunger Games and just a ton of stuff that I've never seen before that I would love to, and maybe doing some sort of like ranking on those guys. So
yeah. It's always interesting. There's so many different routes you could go with
yeah,
it, and
yeah,
the top 10 list you could. Yeah, there's so many fun things you could do with that
yeah.
for
I've
sure.
done a couple so far. Like I did my top 10 Bruce Willis movies, not called Die Hard.
Yep.
Which is I like that one because like Die Hard's obviously it's definitely my favorite Bruce Willis movie, but I had
Yeah.
to do something. I wanted to do something a little different, so I didn't include any of the Die Hards.
Oh, it's fun though. I mean,
Yeah,
but that's yeah, because there's always some top ones that get thrown out all the time, and you get
yeah,
some to hear some new movies then
yeah,
that way. So
definitely
I'm gonna run through. I saw a couple new faces jump in here.
for sure.
Just gonna say hi quick. We got Chris C, the film nerd, in here saying evening everybody.
How you doing, Chris?
Thanks for jumping in here. I'm just gonna do some quick. Tony, good night. If you're still in
Oh, have
here,
a good night, Tony.
thanks for jumping in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a quick. I thought I saw a couple other little. Got Ari's World in here. Hey, Ari's World, what's going on? Saying
how you
Corey,
doing?
thanks for jumping in here. And let's see here. Saying good to see you. Hello, Brian.
How you doing, Ari?
Mika was saying love discovering new content creators. Yeah, that's I love doing this. Like I
Yeah.
said, like to either get to know like you get to know you better, but
Hmm.
then maybe some other people in the chat popping in to get
Yeah.
to
No, it's great.
check
Yeah.
you out, and or people coming and following you over, maybe check me out. If
Yeah.
you,
Definitely. Yeah.
but I
Anybody
always
that I
love
mean,
doing
if
that.
if you're following me and not following Corey, then you're doing something wrong.
No, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. But it's just like I said earlier, the hardest thing is just getting out in front of people,
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
and so it's just always fun to be able to introduce people. Mika was saying Ken is awesome.
He
Yes,
really is.
got some awesome going
He
on.
might be the hardest working man in physical media on YouTube.
He does a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a hard time keeping up with some of the things I'm doing, and I don't do anything at that level at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. So I know you said made the comment that you did a live stream on your channel a little while back,
Yep.
and what did you think about it? Uh, what were your thoughts and your impressions of doing a live
When
stream?
I did my own, like my
Yeah,
solo
yeah,
live stream,
yeah,
it was actually kind of better than like my recorded stuff because I feel like it just flowed and you're kind of engaging with people, kind of like
right,
this, like
yeah,
you got you know obviously we're doing one on one, but we have the chat going too, so it
yeah,
was nice that I had some people in the chat there and just kind of going back and forth. They were asking questions and doing that, so I thought it flowed really nice, and it just felt a little more relaxed,
yeah,
right? Like like I said, like and even now I'm saying a lot, but like when I do my pre-recorded stuff, I'm like fumbling over my words and I'm trying to think about what I want to say. And
But I think with the live stream, it feels like and I'll still see a lot of stuff like that too. But I
yeah.
feel like I'm a little more comfortable in
Hmm.
this setting than a pre-recorded. And I think sometimes with the live streams, some of those ums and uhs and things like that are more
They're,
forgiven, maybe.
yeah. And I feel like they're a little more natural. I feel like
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah. But I was just curious because I know some people that are like, "Yep, I'm going to try the live stream thing out," and they do it, and they're like, "Nope, not for me," or "Oh, I absolutely loved it," or I just didn't know what
Yeah.
your
I'll probably try to do one again, like the solo. I think doing like a collaboration one, I think is a little bit more fun just because you
Hmm?
have that, back and forth with at least one other person. I think it would be fun to do like a stream with multiple people.
Yeah,
I haven't done one of those yet, so I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it just seems a little more. I do feel a little bit more at ease and just kind of like and talking like about before I logged on. My wife was like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "No."
it's just Corey.
No, I just like I have fun talking about movies
Yeah,
and stuff. So I think this is going to be really relaxed and super chill. So
yeah. I will say there are times where it does help having somebody else to bounce things off of because
yeah,
when it's only you, even when you have the chat to talk to,
yeah,
when it's only you talking, like that sometimes it could be a challenge, but yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I've had fun with it, but that's where I've kind of abandoned some of the pre-recorded stuff, and that's where I
Mhm.
was talking about me being more consistent would be digging back into that
Yeah.
and getting some more stuff going.
I mean, you have like your weekly, you have your lunch break, right?
Yeah,
That you do
yeah,
on Fridays. I unfortunately I work till 1 o'clock on Friday, so because I
yeah.
have like flex Friday, so I miss you the
Oh,
lunch, the lunch.
don't ever worry about that. There's always so many
So
more
I usually
important
watch
things
them
going
on.
on.
I'll watch them on like the replay just to kind of like listen in while I'm working. But
Yeah,
I think, yeah, I think the consistency is key, and I think that's just something that I struggle with. I mean, like I think we talked about it kind of off the air, but like just the timing, and I have a full time job, so like that
yeah,
takes a lot of my time, and
yep,
I'm tired at the end of the night. I'm in
yep.
my 40s, like
I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm right there with you. Yeah, there's a lot of times, and then you got those movies behind you too.
yeah.
Sometime you want to watch
I
those,
just want to spend
and
time watching the movies too. So yeah, that
yeah,
takes a lot of time.
yeah.
So.
Do you have any just out of curiosity, and you don't
Mhm.
have to, but like, do you have any genres of movies that you gravitate more to,
Um,
or just
Nothing.
depends? Or
Yeah, nothing specific. I definitely have started watching more horror, um, like in the last year. Um, I think when I know a lot of people were, like watched horror when they were like kids, and I'm like I was kind of a bitch when I was a kid. Like I was just scared. Like the movie's scared. Like I just
you're like, not for me.
yeah. But now that I'm older and I kind of appreciate it. And I mean, they still like jump scares in movies. They get me all the time, but I mean, I just think they're a little bit more fun now that I can appreciate it and not be, you know, covering my eyes every 30 seconds when something scary
Sure.
jumps on screen. But I think just in the long run, I think mostly action. Like, just I've always been a big action guy, and
Yeah.
like the epics, like the Gladiators, the Bravehearts. I've always loved those movies. So, but
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
picky.
Well, as I say, I'm always one of those that maybe it's cheating out a little bit to say it's like my mood sometimes what I want to get
Yeah,
into, but I'll say like, yeah, good action movie. That's always
yeah. He froze again. Let's see if is he back.
I was trying to watch my screen too to see if it's
Yeah,
doing that. Can you hear me again?
I could hear you now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You froze for like a good 5 seconds there. So
I Wow. Like you said, you're putting up with my rookie program here or something. I might be switching this. I
it's
don't.
all
I've been
good.
having some troubles lately, but
Yeah.
um, no. What I was gonna before my another hiccup happened there was I was gonna ask it with some of the boutique labels that you were talking about getting into. Are there any of them that got you into a different genre of movie that you hadn't really experienced before and you ended up enjoying?
Um, yeah, I mean, just with Vinegar Syndrome, I think a lot of their titles are just very like lost and forgotten, and um, there's just a lot of like bad horror movies in there, but I find them to be so enjoyable.
Yeah.
Um, and it's funny because like I got into Vinegar Syndrome, and it wasn't even a horror movie that they released. It was Beastmaster.
Hmm.
I saw somebody posted on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, I love that!" Like I watched it when I was a kid all the time, so I got it, and it came in this beautiful big VSU packaging. I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. And then like a few months later, someone posted their monthly drops, and it was there was 4 movies that they were releasing. It
Mm,
was Resurrection, Devil's Story, Shallow Grave, and a movie called Blades. And I
okay.
saw the Blades, and I was like, I know the director of that movie. I took some film classes in college. I studied film production in college, and my film professor directed Blades because I remember him talking about it in college.
Oh, for real?
I was like, holy shit! Like
Wow.
my director or my my professor has a movie on vinegar. So I actually bought all 4
Oh,
in that
wow.
bundle, and like that's where my vinegar syndrome craze kind of started. um,
Uh, that's a cool to have that connection though. That's
yeah, like I was really kind of surprised when I saw it. I was like, I know this movie, and I was
yeah,
like, damn. I had never seen it before. I just remembered him talking about it in like our film classes,
yeah.
and I watched it like immediately after I got it. It's fun because it's kind of like it's like a kind of a Jaws parody about a
Okay.
killer lawnmower.
Oh, I do remember somebody talking about that one. I've never seen it, but I do remember somebody talking about that
It's
one.
fun. It's a
Yeah,
fun movie.
it's one to definitely have a good time
Yeah.
with.
But yeah, just going back to your original question, I think just Vinegar Syndrome alone, like, and because they're kind of known for that, like, kind of like cheesy horror movies, I think that kind of like got me into that. And there's so many subgenres of horror too. Like, I know a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers talk about the different subgenres, and you got found footage and all that. And um, I just think there's such a wide variety.
hmm
So
Yeah. Well, it's interesting though to hit some different labels that kind of open you up to some different movies. So
yeah,
I definitely had that a bit with, I'd say probably Criterion and
mhm,
Kino Lorber,
yeah,
in digging into some older movies that I just normally would not have gravitated towards and really
yeah.
ended up enjoying. So
And I kind of like what Kino is doing. I'm looking over here because I actually have a little stack of Kino that I picked up
yeah.
at a convention, and they were Turbulence
Oh yeah.
and Snake Eyes, like those like
Yep.
mid '90s like movies. So I think I really like what Kino is doing there, and they have a lot of older stuff. I know they put out some like really good westerns and whatnot, but Kino is kind of one of the newer. It's a little bit newer to like my collection as
Yeah.
far as like a boutique label goes. But Uncle Buck, I forgot Uncle Buck too. Like the wide range of genres that they're putting out, I think is really cool.
That's exactly what I was going to say
Yeah.
is I think that was one night. That was one of the questions somebody threw out was like, it was almost like instead of the 5 desert island movies, it was the movie label, the one label, boutique
Hmm.
label you could take with you,
Okay.
anything of their catalog. And I threw out Kino because I was like, man, that is such a wide range of
Yeah.
like action to like critically acclaimed to cheesy fun to,
Yep.
like there's a big mix there of
Yeah, and
movies.
you look at like kind of like Criterion because they like stick. They're more like dramatic and
Hmm.
like a lot of foreign films and stuff like that. And like I think with Kino, you get that, like you said, you just get that mix of fun, different genres going on. So
Yeah, but well, very good. I'm gonna run through and just make sure I didn't
yeah,
miss anybody real
go
quick
for
here
it.
in the chat. Ari's World was saying just sub to bdubbbs. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I just looked over and I was at 275 when we started.
Yeah,
I'm at 283 now. So thank you, chat. I appreciate
awesome,
it.
awesome, awesome. I
I
love it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah.
And anybody that's jumping in here hasn't yet, the his Brian's link is in the description, so definitely check it out. But that's cool. We love to see that number going up
Hell yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate
anytime we
it.
can. Uh, Ari's World is saying that chat is what really makes the live streams go. That's where the fun is. I agree. I got kind of bit by the live stream bug. I like the interacting with people and having people in the chat.
Yeah.
And Mika was agreeing there too. Interacting with the chat is the best during the live stream. No worries about editing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just apparently tonight you got to worry about me freezing up every once in a while. But we were joking about it before we got on here. Is like with technology,
Mhm.
never matters how many times you do this. Like something, literally something that you're gonna
Yeah.
have to deal with. But oh well, as long
Yeah.
as it's not too distracting.
Nah, it's fine.
Uh, Ari's World was saying for some reason it is hard to do live stream for some people, sorry if I could
Yeah.
read, for some people, it is hard to do a live stream and also very nerve wracking. Yes, for
I,
sure.
probably goes back to like the whole like kind of public speaking thing, right? Like I
Hmm.
think, I mean, even like, I probably wouldn't be able to talk in front of a live big crowd, but at least like here, um, I mean, there's a big crowd here, but like,
No, I know what you mean. No,
yeah,
I know what you
it's
mean.
I think it's just different in
Yeah.
person, and you
Oh
know,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
No, 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 no. Don't. I'd even think it'd be different having 5 people in front of me. You know,
yeah,
like in real life,
in
standing
real
right in
life,
front of
yeah,
me. You
yeah,
know, I mean, so no, I completely
yeah.
agree with that. Where, and I was kind of thinking too, this would be something to have fun talking.
Uh, he froze.
Oh, shoot.
But get your thought out, because
Can you hear me when it
yeah,
freezes?
no,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
it
everything.
like pauses for like a good like split second. Yeah.
Man, that's so annoying. No, what I was going to say is that, but I was also hoping I'd have fun talking about movies and things I enjoy,
Mhm.
but also that maybe it would give me a little more confidence in real life, you know,
For
doing some of
sure.
that
Yeah.
public speaking. But Mika was saying collaborating is great. It's fun having Kira to bounce things off of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always definitely good to have that. Just like tonight, when I freeze
Yeah.
up, Brian can jump in and
I'll do
you
my
know
best to
it's
hold it down.
people at least know the stream's still going, I guess, because you're still
Yeah.
they're still
Yeah.
seeing
As
you and
long as I'm
talking.
not
It's
like, yeah.
yep, yep. Ours, yeah, it's just Corey. Yep, it's just Corey. There's
That's just Corey.
nothing to be nervous
It's the
about.
host of the show.
When my internet and everything's working, I guess, or whatever is causing the problem tonight. But we'll say, ha. Yep, it's hard to keep up with YouTube and movies and family and full time jobs. Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, there you go. Yep, definitely. I always forget to say that, but ours. Yep,
Oh
hit
yeah.
that
Hit that
like,
thumbs
thumbs
up.
up, or like button if you haven't already. Always appreciate that. Thank you very much. Gizmo was saying Shallow Grave is great. Both of the films actually. There's
I
a
think I,
Shallow Grave I have on Criterion that I
yeah,
enjoy.
I think I have that, but I haven't watched it yet. That's
Oh,
Coen Brothers, I think, right?
Danny Boyle.
Oh,
I
Danny
want to.
Boyle.
I want to say. I could
Which
be
one?
wrong though too.
No, I might be thinking of something different.
Oh, now that I'm saying that, I'm now I get like,
I could very well could be
and
wrong.
but he said both of them, so maybe there are more than one movie. The one I'm thinking of, yep, is from 1994 with Danny
Okay.
Boyle as the
Okay.
director, and
I don't know what the
um,
hell I'm thinking of then.
maybe it's the other one if there's more than one. But
Well, no, because the Shallow Grave, the Vinegar Syndrome one is like a cheesy '80s.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gizmo, he gets a lot of um, Vinegar Syndrome,
Okay.
so he would definitely be talking about that one
Awesome.
then too,
Awesome.
probably. I know he. I think I don't know if he still does, but I think at one time he was one of the on the subscription.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever done that or not. That seems like quite a commitment to
Yeah.
to
But
do.
with what I did last year, I probably should have, because I
Yep.
was just buying everything anyway. But yeah.
Um, well, and you know, but that's you can at least make your choices. If
Blood Simple. Sorry, somebody just called it out in chat. That's the one I'm
oh,
thinking of.
Blood Simple. Yep,
Yeah,
that's a good
that's
one.
what I was thinking of.
Okay. Got Anthony's Horn Moore in here saying, "What's up, folks? Hello,
How you doing,
Anthony."
Anthony?
Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh, I must have missed. Gizmo was asking, oh, to Holland, but maybe
What is
what's
the
the
best third?
third best Sean Baker movie?
I think I've only seen one of his movies.
Mika was saying favorite from Baker is Florida Project.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I need to see that because I think that's Willem Dafoe is in that, and I love Willem Dafoe.
I have not seen that. All right, let's see here. Jeff was saying something always messes up. It's what makes a live stream legit. Hey, as long as you're willing to put up with it,
Yeah.
Jeff. All right, I just want to make sure I at least don't miss anybody that's in here saying hi. But all right. So, do you have any? What you were talking about, also getting out to the theaters and enjoying
Mhm.
that. Do you have anything that's coming up here? I mean, we were just talking about Sinners. I
Yeah,
know that
that's yeah,
one.
'cause that's
Is that
this
like your
weekend.
big one? And
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the big one for April. I did kind of a whole list at the beginning of the year, like my most anticipated movies coming out, and I kind of did like try to pick a few from like every month.
Hmm.
And now I already forget what's coming out in May.
Oh, it's hard to
uh,
keep it all.
but I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts. You know,
Yeah.
I know Marvel has kind of taken a shit lately with what they've been putting out.
Yeah.
But I think Thunderbolts looks good. I like David Harbour and I like Florence Pugh, and I think that the characters that they play are really good. Um, this may sound weird, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the Pooniverse.
Oh,
Those
yeah. Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and
Yeah.
Honey.
Yep.
The next one I think is Bambi: The Reckoning. So me and my two of my friends, we've made it a point to go see all of them in theater.
Okay.
Definitely looking forward to checking all those out.
I have not seen any of those yet.
Oh, they're
So
so bad, but so good.
just have fun.
I mean, you can't go into it expecting something great.
Yeah.
I will say that. So the first Blood and Honey was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Part two was better, and it's bloodier and more fun. And then the one that just came out earlier in the year was Neverland Nightmare. That one's dark.
Oh,
That's got
yeah.
some dark subject matter to it.
Yeah.
And it was all right. I think I probably gave it like 2.5 stars. I thought it was good for what it was, but it was very dark.
Huh.
Yeah,
No, I have not. I have not experienced any of those yet. But those
yeah,
those sound like they'd be fun ones to go with some friends.
yeah. I think that's why we enjoy it, because like we just have our little group that we go with, and there's usually more people in the theaters because I think people are just so into it and
Yeah.
the ridiculousness of
Yeah.
these types of films. So um,
Just go out and have a fun time.
just go out and have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, from on the bigger, the action blockbusters, I got Mission Impossible is going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely looking forward to checking that one. I think that one's out next month or something. Not sure what. Actually, I don't know when it comes out.
I can't
But
remember. But yeah, I kind of forget too what all is supposed to be coming out yet this year. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I'll check that one out. I've seen all the rest of them, so
yeah,
might as well see
yeah,
that one too.
yeah.
But
I like did a whole like marathon with them like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, because I hadn't seen. I had seen like the first three,
yeah,
and then I hadn't seen anything after the third one. So I was like, they're all coming out on 4K. Like I got to get them and just do a whole marathon of
yep,
them. So
there'll be a few of them.
yeah.
But I know, talking about getting through a bunch of movies, I saw Johnny's comment here. He's been doing this AFI challenge. So the
Okay.
AFI top, I can't remember how many movies it was, Johnny, 250 or 200. They're like top movies of the,
Yeah. There's
the
a list I think on Letterboxd. I think it has the list of AFI,
but
and you could like
he was wanting to watch them and talk about them, do some content on it, but I just see he has to reshoot his video. Oops.
uh,
Yeah. I've had that before.
so are you watching them in any specific order? Hmm.
I don't know if I've seen a couple, he's mentioned a couple that he's
Okay.
watched already, but I don't know. Johnny, you'll have to let us know if there's an
100,
order or what.
is I just saw you drop a comment. So
Oh, okay.
damn.
I couldn't remember how many it was, but, yeah, asking very cool. Johnny, you accidentally delete the file or something? I think he said something here. Oh, there you go. Freeing up space and accidentally
Oh
deleted
shit,
it. Oh no.
that
Didn't have my
sucks.
intro, so I thought it was some random video.
Oh,
I've had it where I did a pre-recorded one and I thought I finally nailed it. I was like, I got it that time, and I didn't have my mic on.
yeah, no, I had one I was just about to say that I recorded a whole thing. It wasn't super long,
Yeah.
but the mic, and it was before it was with the lavalier mic, and
Yeah.
like it's just something wasn't. I don't know if it wasn't plugged into the phone all the way or something, and it didn't record any audio. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I did the same thing, and I was like, I got to walk away for a second because it'll be my most irritated looking video ever if I record it again right at that moment. But I was like, just
Yeah,
go take a breath, come back. And, but yeah, there's always stuff like that happens. But Anthony was saying, oh, Sinners was excellent. Just got back from seeing
oh
it.
nice, yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be
I
good.
definitely want to see that. I'd love to see it in the theater, so we'll see if I can get
Yeah,
into that one.
yeah, I'm hoping to catch that one in theater for sure.
Um, oh, this was probably a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah,
asking if I'd seen.
he froze.
Oh gosh, come on. This thing is bugging me tonight. I've never had it. I honestly never had it like this before. I've had other problems, but I've
Hmm.
never had this before.
Yeah, that's all
Well,
right. It
congratulations, you get to deal with it tonight with me. I'm sorry.
maybe it's me. Is it me?
No, it can't be because I don't think it. I think it's me. Because I have another video up of it going, and I'll
Okay.
look over really quick, and I think I still see you moving and
Okay.
me locked up. So I was trying to bring it up to see.
Can you hear me? Like, wait, if you pause when
Well,
I yeah,
I can't hear. I don't have that one going
got it.
because it's
Yeah.
like a little bit delayed and it would
Yeah.
throw me
That makes
off.
sense. Yeah.
So I'm listening to us like
Live.
live right now,
Yeah.
but then I have another screen up. So I don't hear that, so I can't tell if I can hear you, but it looks like you're still moving and
Mm.
I'm stopped.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think it's me, something on my side. So nope, not you. Nope, not you. But nope, Jeff, I have not seen that one yet. Uh, Johnny was saying
Yeah.
Blood and Honey 2 was better than
Yeah.
the first one. April
Agreed.
loved it.
Agreed.
But Mika was saying seeing Sinners tomorrow, Anthony.
Nice.
It's been one of our most anticipated
Yep.
films.
Yeah, it was on my most anticipated list too. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking
I
forward to
I
it.
do think that this one, I think they gave a little bit too much away in the trailer, though. I will say that
Oh,
with
okay.
Sinners. Yeah.
Then I'll stay away. Well, I saw a little bit of one before a movie, but well, I probably already saw it
Yeah,
then.
because I think the original like teaser trailer was a little more like kind of vague and didn't really give stuff away, and then all of a sudden like it got out and like people were even talking about it like online
Okay.
and kind of spoiling it. But then they just did it in the trailer anyway. So
So it was done anyway.
yeah,
Gizmo was saying he was a friend saw the new Death of Snow White. He said it was well made for being so bad, but still 100 times better than anything Hollywood has released in the last 5 years.
I don't think I know about Death of Snow White. I'll have to check that one out.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was part of like, yeah, there's all
It's
these now that they're
Yeah, because like
pretty.
there's like the Pooniverse one that they're doing, and like I know they just did like Screamboat,
Mhm.
but that was separate, like not in the same like universe as the Blood and Honey and Neverland Nightmares.
Yeah,
So
but along those lines of the
yeah, it's
public
essentially
domain.
saying essentially they're in public domain, so they're just doing them. Another one, the Popeye the Slayer Man. Have you heard of that
Oh,
one?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen anything about it. But yeah,
I haven't seen like a trailer for it or anything, but
I haven't
yeah,
either. But yeah, I heard the title and I was like, oh,
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see all the
Yeah.
different ones that are coming out
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I kind of have to just watch them at this point. Like
Yeah,
the movie fan in me needs to like just see how ridiculous these things are.
you've already started down that rabbit hole, so you might as well
Yeah,
just keep on watching them.
exactly,
Give you
exactly,
something for your friends and me to go out to see.
absolutely.
Uh, hey, Steve, what's going on? Steve Mears
Hey,
is
no,
jumping in
Steve.
here. Greetings, Corey, Brian, and Flick friends. Thanks for jumping in here. Um, sorry, you might be hearing my dog say hello here before too long. I can hear a bark if the family's playing with him, I think. So he likes to be loud once in a while. So, Ari's World was saying, B-dubs and Corey, do you guys go to the theaters regularly or mostly wait for releases at home?
I try to go regularly. Like I said, for me, it's mostly like me and my one friend, and then sometimes there's three of us that go. Um, and my one friend kind of like leads that. Like he'll like text us and be like, "Hey, we're going. Like, you guys interested in to see this?" And most of the time, I'll just text back and be like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
Um, but I also don't mind going by myself.
Yep. I'll
Um,
go. Yeah.
like it doesn't bother me. There's just a lot more genres that I want to see that like my wife is just not interested in seeing,
Same. Yep.
and she doesn't really like long movies. So
Hmm.
like anything kind of over like an hour and a half is kind of out. So like I'll go by myself all the time. I don't care. But yeah, I try to go. I like the movie theater experience. So I try to get out and go as much as I can.
Yeah. I don't get to get out there as
Mhm.
much as I'd like to. I've only been out maybe about to 4 movies so far this year in the theaters, but that's pretty good for me for this time of the year. You know, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
it's a little bit of a drive, and sometimes it's just so easy at home.
yeah, yeah. I think it depends on like logistics, right? Like where you are, and
Hmm.
I mean, I've got three within, well, two that are like really close distance, and then the one I usually go to with my buddies is kind of closer to them, which is like 40 minutes away.
Okay.
Um, Problem is the one main road to get anywhere in New Jersey right now has sinkholes in it, and it's all shut down. So like it takes
Oh,
me hours to get anywhere.
oh, well, yeah. So I can't complain. Mine's like a half hour away. But
Yeah,
well, hopefully you get that figured out.
yeah, yeah. They hopefully.
Ari's World is saying, I love going to IMAX here in Des Moines. I need to get down there again next time I'm back. I have some family down around Des Moines,
Mm.
and I'll have to get back there and try to check a movie out at IMAX. We were supposed to be getting one over by us, but I don't know if when certain things started happening at the beginning of 2020, some building plans and things got put on hold,
Jeez,
and I don't know if that IMAX is happening now over near me, but it'd be
man,
fun. I don't get to experience that very often.
it's been 5 years. You think they figured that out by now?
Well, or it just they just
Yeah, just fell through.
it fell through,
Yeah,
or I that's kind of what I wonder, because
yeah,
a lot of things were put on hold, and then whether they decided to kick it back off again or not.
sure, yeah.
But see if anybody else was jumping in here. Uh, Always love seeing it, everybody. Like if I miss anybody, so I'm just trying to click through and do this. But um, so we were talking about some of the cool box sets that you got. We were talking about some of the releases that
Mhm.
Second Sight has. For some of your more standard releases, do you? I know there's some big fans of like slip cases, some of steel books,
Yep.
some don't care either way. I don't know if you have anything that you really go
I
for.
I
Or
love steelbooks. I
yeah,
just think I've always been a fan. Like even when they were on DVD,
yeah,
like the early steelbook DVDs, I had a bunch of those. So I've kind of always been a fan of those. So the two, I think I mentioned it. I don't know if it was on air, but the two I haven't unboxed the two here. Those are both steelbooks. So um, yeah, I don't know. I've just always just like the look of them, the feel of them. They're cool. Um, they're heavy when you add them all up,
yeah,
but but yeah, I mean, I'm not too picky. Like if it doesn't have a steelbook and it's got like a 4K or even just a Blu-ray, I'll get it. Slip cover, no slip cover, doesn't matter. I do like the slip covers. I think it adds just a little, makes it a little bit nice and square, edged on the thing. But I mean, if
yep,
it doesn't come with one, it's not that big of a deal.
yeah. Well, in the steelbooks, I don't have a ton of them. I have some, but I
Hmm.
I do enjoy them. But
Yeah,
they can do some pretty interesting things with the artwork, or
yeah,
some of the effects with it. But,
definitely. And you get some of that like have the embossing and debossing and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
and just the artwork. I think you can get some really cool looking designs. Two of them that I got recently, the Kill Bill ones from
Oh, sure.
Lionsgate Limited. I thought the design on those were great.
Yep.
I saw the design for the Sean Connery
Oh,
uh,
that box
the
set.
the 007 box set.
Mm-hmm.
Like the design for those doesn't look great. It's just like a screenshot from each like movie instead of like the
Oh, okay.
poster. So I think a lot of people weren't too happy about that. But I think the design is definitely key. I think that definitely adds to the look and the feel of the steelbooks.
Yeah, and there's been some cool things too in the past where they've gotten a little creative with
Mhm.
the slips on the
Yeah.
steelbooks, and doing
Yep.
something see through, and it kind of gives you a different image when you
Yeah,
pull it off. And
I see a lot of people on Instagram they're taking the one from American Psycho and then putting it over,
yep,
Flight Risk or Punisher or something like that. Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Just seeing how it looks over it, and some of them match up pretty
It
crazy
does. Some
too.
of them are they're really funny.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, whoever came up with that was a good idea, because I have fun watching those.
Yeah,
It's like, will it work for this one, and keep
I
on.
think is it Jake from Steelbook Obsessed. I feel like does a lot of them.
That's the first one I saw
Yeah, I think
do
he
it,
was
but
one
I
of the
don't.
first one. Yeah,
But I always see him do those, and I always think that's funny. But
yeah,
yeah, he's a good guy. Yep,
yeah.
uh, very cool collection too. But
Oh, he's got a massive collection.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's fun to talk to. He's very knowledgeable, and but yeah, the steel books that he has, it's kind of crazy. I don't have anything that's probably anything crazy,
Mhm.
fancy, but it's just, yeah, some of the things that he'll pull out, I'll be like, I've never seen that one before, or never heard of it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to do, but I don't have enough room probably for that many. But
Yeah. Once I start organizing this, I can consolidate. I'm sure I got some stuff in there that I can kind of weed out too
yeah.
and make the space for it.
So do you do that very often? Do you I know, not organizing, but do you sell off things? Do you kind of go through and be like, I don't know if I'm going to revisit this? And
Here and there, I do. Actually still have some, I think, up on eBay that I've just been sitting there for a while that haven't sold. But
yeah.
yeah, just like I got the Shout Factory like Halloween like sets. So
Oh
like
yeah.
I had other Halloween ones, so I started kind of selling those ones off. Um, but I have a few that I will probably look to either give away or sell off. I'd love to do some sort of giveaway when I hit like a milestone
Yeah.
subscriber. I know a lot of people do that, so I think that'll be kind of fun. Just kind of pick something out of the collection that might be a duplicate, and just one lucky person gets it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I once I go through it, I'll probably have some more that it will um, like upgrades. Anything that I upgraded to 4K or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't need two copies. I know there's a lot of people that I think buy like multiple copies. Normally, I won't keep more than the one.
Yeah. Just to keep space for something else to be in the collection, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I only have a couple. I only have a few that I have more than one of, but
hmm
yeah, most of the time I'm kind of the same way too because I'm limited where I'm kind of trying to keep my
Yeah,
collection. But
yeah. This is just up in my office, so
yeah, yeah, it sounded like we have kind of a similar. It's my office too,
yep,
and this is the fun side over here, and that's the work side over there. And
exactly, exactly.
yep, I wish I was on this side more often, but
I do find it funny, like when I'm on like Teams calls at work, like I'll leave my background unblurred just
yeah,
so people could see it, and like
oh yeah,
it's a great conversation starter.
I'll have to maybe try that out sometime and see what anybody says about it, but.
Yeah,
Or somebody might just be like be like, what are those things on your
yeah.
shelf?
I do get that. I think, are those CDs? What?
Yeah, right. Or yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna say, hey, real quick, I see Larry, the Horcat Dad, jumped in here.
The Hardcat Dad.
Yeah, I love. Like
It's
I said, I should
another
have
cool
thought.
name.
I know I should have thought about my name longer before I did it, but yeah, he's got a great one, the Horcat Dad. But saying, hey, cool kids, seeing that. Oh, Ari's World was saying that's not. I think we were talking about the road. It's like, he's like,
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
road
yeah.
bdubbbs. He's
Yeah,
like,
I'm in New Jersey, and I live right off this main kind of like highway-ish. Basically, it's not far, but like that's the main road that I would take to get anywhere important.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
like
no, it just
I
takes
actually I had
longer.
to go to the office. I don't go to the office very often, but I had to go twice this week,
Yeah.
and going wasn't too bad, but getting home one night, the first night it took me over 2 hours to get home,
Oh,
and then
geez.
last night was like an hour 40. I'm like it's only 45 minutes away. It shouldn't take me that long,
Uh,
but there's just traffic everywhere.
yeah. Oh man, that's a
Yeah,
haul.
yeah,
That's where you can start listening to some podcasts or some
yeah.
YouTube videos, right?
I should start listening to more YouTube videos. Like I said, I kind of just put the Spotify on in the car and listen to music, but I should like get like Ken's one of the long video of Ken's and just
Yeah.
like listen to one of his videos or
Yeah.
something in the car.
I've done that from
Yeah,
time to time. Yeah, like get somebody's longer one and put that in for a
yeah,
drive or something. But
yeah.
uh,
The problem is, I feel like I'd want to watch it because like
oh sure.
if they're showing stuff off, like you get like
Well, that'd be the thing. You'd hear them say like, "And check this one out," and
yeah,
you'd
and
be
then,
like, "I can't see it." I was gonna say hi to Huck, who's dropping in here. Huck's Pop Culture
oh,
Cafe,
what's going on, Huck?
saying, "Hey,
Another
fellas."
Brian,
Yeah, there you go.
a
There you
fellow
go.
Brian.
There
Yes,
you go.
there's a lot of. I feel like there's a lot of YouTuber physical media Brians out there. And by a lot, I mean like five, but I feel like that's still a lot.
It just seems like a lot.
It seems like a lot.
Yep. I haven't run across too many Corys yet, but
No, no.
we'll see. Maybe they're just hiding out there. Uh, our world was saying yes. The IMAX experience is amazing. The video quality, heated, cooled seats, reclining. I will go for that. We do have one theater that I'll go to over the other one because it does have the reclining seats, and you just have
Yeah,
a lot more leg room and don't have somebody's head in your viewing.
yeah. Now I like the one theater that I go to that's a little bit further away. Every theater that they have is reclining seats, which I think is great.
Mm-hmm.
The one I normally go to that's a little closer, that's hidden behind all the sinkholes, only has like one or two that are like that. They do have an IMAX in there, and then they have like the what's the there's like a uh,
Mm.
Dolby one that's really cool. And then I don't know. Have you heard this thing called D box?
No, I have not.
So the Cinemark out in the one I go to with my buddies, they have this thing and it's D box, and I guess the seats like vibrate with like
Oh,
Yeah, we haven't done it. Like I'm like, I don't know if how I would feel about that, but that's something new that I guess the theaters are doing.
We don't have that around us, but I've heard, and maybe each theater calls it something a little different,
Yeah,
but it's a similar thing where yeah,
yeah,
it will move or shake with
yeah,
the movie, and that'd be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. If it makes it almost like a ride at like Disney or something. I feel like they did those types of things. You get sprayed in the face with water.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that, but
It would make Twister a really fun movie to
I
see
was
in
gonna
theaters.
say the kick on some big fans or something too, and
Yeah,
get your hair blowing back, and uh, yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I tried it out once just to see what it's
yeah.
like,
I
but
think I feel like it's got to be the right movie.
yeah.
Like I feel like probably seeing Warfare it would have been really cool in that kind of like because there's all that I don't know, I did my review of Warfare. I don't know if you watched that one, but like just the audio and the sound design, it's just so loud and booming. Like I feel like that would have been perfect for
Oh,
like
that would
that.
have been
Yeah,
to experience it in.
great movie too if you haven't seen it.
I have not seen that yet.
Fantastic.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah,
So I'll have to check your review out. I have not. I didn't see that one yet.
yeah.
But oh, Gizmo. I'm sorry. You apparently I've been skipping over some of your comments, not on purpose. But Brian, have you seen Blood Games? Corey, don't jump over this comment now, please.
Blood Games I have seen. Yes, that was a fun one. That's the one with like the female baseball team, I think, and they're like fighting back. It's a fun one.
I have not. No, I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check
It's
it out.
back here on the shelf somewhere.
Is that a vinegar syndrome?
It's a vinegar syndrome, yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. He was asking. So see, Gizmo, I don't skip by all your comments. It's not on purpose. Just trying to like kind of keep up with everything. So, but I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody chiming in and going along with it. Jeff was saying I'd like to get rid of my duplicates. Run out some space if I didn't. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? It's hard when you well, and sometimes I know Jeff too. You have different formats, and so you probably have the same movie in different formats. He's a big 3D fan
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. I watched one of his actually earlier today, one of his recent ones where he
Yep.
got some stuff sent to him from a fellow. I don't know if it was a fellow YouTuber or not, but
Yep.
uh,
Yep. Had a friend.
he's got a good collection.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But I think it's cool that he gets into the 3D movies as well too. So it's kind of cool when some people keep some of those
Yeah,
formats going, or I mean, not keep them going, but keep them in the conversation.
yeah, yeah.
It keeps on collecting them. Yeah, exactly. Are fun
Fun
side is
side
greater
words.
than the work side.
Exactly,
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, they're asking. Are those cassette tapes behind you? Yep. Well, some people don't. They just don't
Yeah,
think of movies.
yeah,
Because why would you have that? They have streaming
yeah.
services. Oh, everybody, I appreciate that. I think I've just kind of lost my spot in the chat. I'm trying to keep up and say hi to everybody. But Dark Room Reviews, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Joel.
Joel's in here saying, Brian just saw Sinners. You got to see it.
I'll look for if you if Joel if you do a review, I'll check it out. Just don't spoil anything.
That's the one thing there.
Yeah.
Ours were, oh, is it? I
Oh,
did
okay. D-box. Yeah.
D-box once, and it's not too gimmicky, but
Okay.
where they place the seats is not a good view. Okay.
Yeah, I think the one theater that they're in, like, because we usually like sit in the back row just to be at the highest up. I think they're like two or three down from there, so
Okay.
it's more centered in the theater. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like to be upper center.
Yeah.
Like, like kind of in the
Definitely.
middle of the screen a little bit, but I like to be up a little bit further.
Yeah. Definitely.
But everybody's got their spot.
Yep.
Apparently you were talking about the right one there. Gizmo was saying, yes, yes, I love that film. Even my girlfriend loved it.
Poopy arc.
Oh, wow. So that must have been a fun one then.
Yeah, it was. It's definitely fun. Vinegar Syndrome has some interesting titles, that's for sure. I haven't watched all. I do have a lot back here that I have not watched from Vinegar Syndrome that I need to like catch up on. Um, but there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Devil Story is not one of them.
Devil Story is not one.
No,
So
it's so bad.
So okay, so like when you get a movie like that, then do you are like I'm keeping it because I'm collecting Vinegar Syndrome,
Oh yeah,
or
I'm gonna keep
yeah,
it.
okay. Well, I didn't
I
know.
may
I didn't know.
watch it again at some point just for the
Yeah,
fun of it, but it's a really bad movie. It's
some
it's
night.
like it's like 70 minutes long, so it's on the shorter side. It might even be less than that.
Yeah.
But and I watched the movie and then I watched like the interviews after. And the one guy, I don't remember if it was the director. I think it was the director of the movie, and he was just saying like they ran out of like film and they lost some film, so they didn't have everything. So there's like one scene that's just kind of looped over and
Oh,
over again, but
yeah,
they just kind of keep cutting. Like they'll cut to it and then they'll cut away to something else. Then they'll cut back to it, and it's the same thing over and over again. It's like you could tell it's not. It's like so obvious, but
yeah.
it's just really bad.
Oh, now I gotta probably try to track it down. That'd be kind of
Yeah.
funny to see.
It might still be available on Vinegar Syndrome's website. Actually, here, let me see. Do I have Vinegar Syndrome up here? Let's see if it's still there. Let's see. Devil Story. It is still available. There's 253 left with the slipcover,
There you go.
and only 147 left of the standard. So get it while it's lasting.
While it's available. Yep.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, we got another question from Prince. He was asking, "Do you have a random double feature that you would
A
suggest to someone?"
random double feature.
Random double feature. So not
I
even connected, or just any double
I did
feature?
one. What the hell was it now? I did one not too long ago. They were like two like completely polar opposite movies, and I can't remember what they are. Damn, I can't remember what they were. A random double feature. I'll get back to you. Let me think about that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one to think about. But yeah, I'm trying to think too because I know I've had some nights where I've watched two completely polar
Yeah,
opposite
I'm gonna
movies.
I'm gonna comb through my letterbox real quick because I feel like I could probably find it because it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Well,
And I may have put it. I may have done a little like video of it on my Instagram too. And I'm trying to think of what they were. Yeah, I'll have
yeah, I'm
to.
trying to think of any that I've had recently. We're looking, Prince.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
We'll try
here.
to think of
'Cause I know it
something.
was definitely they were on physical media because I had them in my hand. Actually, I could probably go to my Instagram and see if it's
If you
on
posted
my
it on that.
Instagram. I think I did a little like video of it, like a 2 second video. I don't know how to get to. I don't really know how to navigate anything.
I was just
All
taking
right,
a.
I
Oh,
found it.
okay, what do you got? What do you got
it
for Prince here?
now I'm waiting for it to load up.
Okay.
All right, so it's The Northman,
Okay.
and I'm waiting for the video to and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, that's a random double feature. The
Very random.
Northman and Sonic the Hedgehog. That's
Yeah,
a
and I
very random double feature.
yeah, and the reason why I did it now that I remembered it, I had just seen um, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu,
Oh, okay.
and I hadn't seen any of his other movies, so I was kind of working through his stuff. But then also Sonic 3 was coming out, so I wanted to rewatch the Sonic movies.
Okay.
So I watched The Northman and then Sonic.
Well, there you go, Prince. That's a pretty good random double feature.
Polar opposites.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything that could touch that, I don't think. But oh, I love that.
And both good movies in their own rights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think The Northman was like one of the only Eggers one that I had seen for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, I just never got around to seeing The Witch um, or The Lighthouse. And we'd gone, my buddies and I saw Nosferatu, and I was like, well, I got to see his other stuff. And I had that, like, I had them in the collection. I had the other ones in the collection. So I worked my way through it.
Yep.
I did a ranking video on all four of his movies too.
Yep. I think I'm. Yeah, there's quite a few I still need to watch
Yeah.
of his, but. Oh wait, get some more chiming in on the 4D movies, probably the D box, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Angels. I'll first say hi, Angel. I don't know if you were in here already, but FL Vlogs. So thanks for jumping in, saying 4D movies are also fun, 100%, and good evening, Corey. So okay, must have been jumping in. Good. I thought I missed you there. Good to see you, Angel. Good to see you. And of course, yep, Mika. We love a good double feature. Yep. It's
I
fun when you got
saw,
enough time in a weekend to throw a couple movies
yeah, we
together.
did. When I saw it was The Woman in the Yard was the second one, but the one before that we saw in theaters, we did back to back, was Death of a Unicorn.
Oh,
So Death of a Unicorn and The Woman in the Yard double feature. So that was a fun day.
yeah. I need to see both of them. But would you recommend both of them?
I like Death of a Unicorn more than The Woman in the Yard.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I think I said it earlier. Like I just wasn't too crazy about Woman in the Yard. It was very vague, and I got to give it another go. I got to watch it again. I just think I feel like it was kind of open to interpretation,
Yeah.
which can be fine. I don't mind that in movies sometimes, but I think this one was just a little too weird for me.
Yeah. Well, that's why they make different movies, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Different for everybody.
Yeah.
Ari's World was saying, I love 3D movies, but always check the Cineblend to 3D or not to see if it's worth 3D in the theaters.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So it must have like a little yep, they did a good job with the 3D or not.
I don't even know what the last 3D movie I saw in theaters was. Maybe one of the Thor movies. One of the Thor movies I think came out in 3D, and I remember seeing that.
I don't watch a lot of them because once in a while I get a headache from it.
It's it could take you out of it a little bit, I think. Yeah.
So I know it's been a long time since I've seen one. I couldn't even tell you the last one I saw, but I just, not always, but it seems like, and if I'm going to spend the money and go out to the movie, I just would avoid the headache.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yep. Here we go. Gizmo must have been looking at my letterboxd the other night. I finally watched Bumblebee. And he says, Corey, I will blow your mind and tell you a big, freaking incredible thing. I actually thought Bumblebee was pretty good. I like the first Transformers from Bay, but the rest are not very good.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
Yep.
I did a watch through on the whole series not too long ago. Bumblebee was fun. I think it was a good one.
Yeah. I always Gizmo, we give him a hard time about not liking new movies. So he's pointing out one that he did like there. But no, I did enjoy Bumblebee. For whatever reason, I never really watched it, but we just watched it on streaming the other night. And it was actually one my wife, and she ended up watching the whole thing. But I think it was a little more than just action. There was some of the relationships that were going on and some of the, there was more going on to it than just blowing up.
It's probably I probably like the original Transformers more.
Yeah.
So it's probably Bumblebee might be like the second best.
Yeah. I could see those two being right up there. Yeah.
I think when Wahlberg came in, it got a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. More love for Bumblebee there. Yep. Definitely was a good one, I thought. But, I think this was for that D-Box. 2/3 back and just off. Oh no, or you're saying that's what you want for your. That's how the professionals kind of yep. That's your preferred seating, but absolutely. So no, we don't have anything too crazy around us, but with the theaters. But I know it seems like they're trying to find some new ways to get people out into the theaters because at home with the TVs and the sound systems you got a lot of people have some pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean they don't have to tug my arm. I'm gonna go regardless.
But I've seen like what you're talking about, like that D-Box or the reclining seats or IMAX or 3D, anything that they get people out. And I've seen some where you get the full meal brought out to you, like it's.
We have one. Yeah, we have one of those. Yeah, and it's funny because it's kind of a smaller theater. It's got a bunch of theaters in it, but every theater in there is only like 3 rows. So they're actually really kind of tight, but I actually don't mind it. But yeah, you order your food up front and they bring it out to you. So,
yeah. I thought it's interesting. I was at one just last year, back around the Des Moines area, and it's not close around me, but anyway, it just kind of threw me off. And they'd still bring stuff out during the movie, and I'm like, doesn't that disrupt things? And the guy we were with, he was like, no, don't worry. He goes, you don't realize how sneaky they are. Like, sure enough, they'd come by and
you don't even notice them. Yeah.
But that one we went and watched Long Legs when we saw it at that, and I was the one out of like 6 people there that didn't really care for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
So see, that's what you're talking about, like Woman in the Yard, it hits everybody different, but
it really does. And like, I think, and I'm also kind of like, I'm a Nick Cage guy. Like I
Okay.
feel like he can't do anything bad. Like I know he does bad movies, but like it's
Right.
just, but I feel like he's just such a crazy like actor
Yeah.
that I find joy in most of what he does.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought his performance was really good, and that was kind of the introduction to Mike and Monroe
Yeah.
from It Follows. So like I had seen Longlegs first,
Okay.
and that's what kind of prompted me to get It Follows and check her stuff out because I think she's just a really good actress.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I think it's a wild movie.
I will say that's one I'm willing to give another watch. So you
Mhm.
just like you were talking about sometimes like that's how it hit me the first time go around,
Yep.
but I will watch that one again
Yeah,
and see what I think.
I just pre-ordered it because I didn't own it. I kind of like held out on it for a while to buying the Blu-ray, and they announced the 4K Steelbook, so I actually pre-ordered that. Um, so I'm looking forward to actually watching it because I've only seen it the one time, but I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. It was interesting when you were throwing out going to see Long Legs and then Mika Monroe and then wanting to go see It Follows,
Yeah.
for that. I did the same thing when we were talking about one of these movies just earlier tonight was Companion I saw
Hmm.
with Sophie Thatcher,
Yep.
and that was like I think the first I'd ever seen her in anything,
Okay.
and then ended up going to watch Heretic pretty
Which
shortly after that.
I still have to see that. Yeah, I heard she's
And
really good in that. But she's
I thought it was good.
another really good actress.
Yeah.
I watched. I think I've only seen the first season of Yellow Jackets
Yep.
because it's on. I think it's on like Paramount. So like I got to wait for it to come out on Netflix to see it because I don't have Paramount. So that's the first time I saw her was in Yellow Jackets.
I have not seen it yet, but after I talked about watching those movies and really liking her, I've had so many people say you need to check out
Yeah, you
Yellow
should.
Jackets.
Yeah, season one's really good. I think I watched the first episode of season two
Yeah.
because that one like came out like for free on something.
Mm,
So I'm just waiting for them to re-release that the season two on Netflix so I can check out the rest of that.
yeah. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Larry was throwing out his suggestion or his random double feature that he had was The Fog followed by Blade Runner.
Mm,
That's a good
yeah.
double, like
Yeah.
random double feature.
Yeah. Definitely.
Very good. I know I was a big fan of the Blade Runner. Uh, Everybody's like awesome, and I apologize. I hope Brian, are you still hanging in there? You doing okay?
I'm doing good.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Just want to have
This
you
is just
hanging in there.
water. If
No, no, no. I didn't mean that. That's what I got a big thing of water too because
yeah.
I get talking so much it dries me out. But I just
Yeah.
like I said, it's always a task for me to do this little balance between the chat and talking. So when I do,
You're doing a fine job, sir.
thank you, sir. I'll take the compliment. Keep on trying to work at it, but it's fun.
Yeah.
We got Nanette. What's going on?
How you
Saying
doing,
hello to
Annette?
everyone. Good to see you. Got some highs back and forth, but yeah. So it's kind of interesting. Like I said, running in to people and then now being able to do YouTube,
Hmm.
a live stream like this, and it's one thing for me anyway. It's been a really good surprise when I decided I wanted to try to do some YouTube videos and go
Mhm.
out there and do it myself. I wasn't expecting to uh, make so many friends, I guess,
Yeah.
and meet new people and talk to even more outside of chats and live
Yeah.
streams and
Yeah.
stuff. But
I think it's been a fun adventure for sure. And like just people reaching out on, Instagram. I think he was in earlier, the collector movie man. We've been
yeah,
going
yeah,
back and forth on Instagram.
hmm
I think he even mentioned he was trying to always link up with you for a show.
sure,
Which if you get him on here, let me know because I'd love to watch. But
sure,
um, yeah, I think just kind of like chatting with people and talking about this awesome thing called movies is
yeah,
just fun.
yeah. But I'll say that's been a very pleasant surprise. That's been more
Yeah.
so than I was expecting, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. I think everyone was just kind of even just like at least when I first started my channel, just welcoming and, like you said, like I said, like Tony was one of the, earlier subscribers to me.
Hmm.
Um, so, seeing kind of people that have that following and like knowing that they're out there supporting, the smaller channels is just awesome. And it's
Oh
just so
yeah,
good to see.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's cool. And then Brian, when you're big, you can make sure to do that to the next small channels that are
I
starting
will
up,
maybe
right?
some time, but yeah, I will absolutely do that for sure.
Hey, I'll take what I can get. I already got like way more than I was expecting for friends, out and chat and like
Yeah,
subscribing, at this point. So um, I'll take it. It's fun.
yeah.
It's a fun hobby. um, Nanette was saying my double feature was movies nobody. Wait, sorry, nobody was a double feature, but me and they are Rose Red and Storm of the Century. Sorry, I probably
Rose
butchered
Red
that.
and Storm Century.
Okay.
Those are Stephen King movie, I think, right? Based on Stephen King books, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I, think-
That
I
might
I
be
don't think I ever
also.
saw Rose Red. Storm of the Century. I remember. I think it was like a TV movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angel was saying, once in a while, it's good to go to the movie theater. We enjoy it with the kids. We wait sometimes for movies to stream at home, but it's always good to have family time. And what better way than
Mhm.
with a movie? Yep. Well, and sometimes it's just nice at home too because you can make a pizza at home or pop your own popcorn or pause a
And
movie if you need
and you
to.
yeah,
Or,
you can watch it kind of at your leisure. Like I think with when it comes to I mentioned earlier, like my wife likes the shorter movies, but like if we're
mm-hmm,
watching something at home, like if it's a little over 2 hours, like it's a little bit better because yeah, you could pause it,
mm-hmm,
take a bathroom break, make a dinner, like and
absolutely. Well, and sometimes with the
not miss
really
it.
long ones, even though I don't like doing this, with sometimes with the really long ones, I will even break it up over 2 nights. Like if it's I don't
Yeah,
like doing that, but if it's like a
I
three and a
try
half
not to.
hour movie, you
I
know,
did that with The Irishman.
yeah,
I watched it in 2 nights. I don't normally like to do that, but then I I recently watched Seven Samurai for the first time.
yeah,
And it was a Friday afternoon. I got out of work early, and I was like, I'm gonna put this on. I was like, I'll watch like half of it. I was gonna do part of it in the morning or the afternoon. I was gonna watch the rest of it at night. I ended up just watching the entire like 4 hour movie in one sitting.
that's a good length movie.
Yeah,
But
and it's a great movie.
yeah,
It's really good. But I had
I've
never
never,
watched it. Yeah,
I haven't seen it. No, I haven't
no,
seen it. I just knew it. I knew it was a long one.
yeah.
But
You should check it out. Maybe take 2 days to watch it, but
yeah, and that's even two decent movies. Two 2 hour movies. Then
yeah,
but um, no, I that one I probably would split up a little bit, but.
yeah.
I was gonna say hi, Laren. I saw Laren pop in here saying,
What's
"Hey,
going on,
Wolf and
Laren?
Brian, good evening. Thanks for jumping in here, man." We got Garrett, born to be rad. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Garrett?
Uh,
I was wondering if he was going to join in. Are you Garrett? This is a question for you. Are you going to Chiller next weekend? Because I will be there. If you're there, I'll stop by and say hi.
that'd be cool. You were talking about some of the things you had coming up that you were going to be visiting. So is that a con then, or is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It's the same convention that I got the Goonies poster sign. It's
Oh,
just
okay, cool.
they do it. Yeah, they do one in April and then one in September.
Yeah,
So, and I hadn't gone in a few years, so I don't know. I was the guest list this past year with Feldman and some of the other people. I really wanted to go,
yeah,
and then I mentioned earlier we hit up New Jersey HorrorCon and now this weekend or next weekend. It should be interesting. I mean, some of the cast like Gina Gershon,
oh yeah,
Eric Roberts, um, who was the guy I mentioned, James Remar from the Warriors. So I don't know. It'll be fun.
oh very
I
good.
also just like kind of walking around, just seeing who's there, and
And
you
people
see
watch a little bit too.
yeah, you get to see you see some fun characters.
Yeah,
So
I could see it being entertaining. Like I said, I'm going to try to get to those smaller ones that are closer on me, but
yeah.
then sometime get around to
Hmm.
some nice bigger one. But well, there you go. Mika was showing
Rose
some
Red.
love for
Okay.
Rose Red too, so I
Nice,
wrote that
nice.
down to see that. And Garrett
Yeah,
was
I'll have to
saying,
check
"Yo,
that one out.
yo, yo, everyone, sup Corey, sup Brian." And then, oh, you're right. Nanette was saying they
There,
are
Yep,
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King. Okay,
So,
that's what I thought. Yeah, I remember Storm of the Century. I don't think I ever saw Rose Red.
oh, that's very cool. I'll
Yeah.
have to check them out. I wrote them down. Let's see here. If I missed anybody else that's jumped in here and said hi. But do you have anything big coming up? Anything you want to throw out? Any
No, I don't
talk
have
about on the
anything
channel?
planned. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't have anything planned. I'll probably do a video after Chiller,
yeah,
just to kind of talk about the experience and who I met, and show off some pictures and stuff from that.
yeah.
Um, Vinegar Syndrome Hell will have a booth there. I'm sure I'll pick up some of the new stuff that I haven't gotten yet. Um, but yeah, I don't have anything crazy planned. Definitely want to try to get out and see Sinners and do a review for that.
Yeah.
And then just as I get my pre-order is in. Do have a box from Vinegar Syndrome on the way. Should be coming next week. I'll do like a little unboxing for that.
Yeah. When you say you had a couple steel books in too here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, they're just
Ready to go?
yeah, they're ready to go. So I'll open those up and I'll probably just do it all in one video. Do
Yeah.
the version. I mean, they're not going anywhere. They could stay in the box.
Well, I tell you what, I still enjoy watching people's videos, like opening things up. I don't know why, but
I don't know.
it's
It's
kind of like
fun.
window shopping.
Yeah, it's fun. I like showing it off. I like talking. I like watching everybody else's collection videos. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
usually you can throw out, if you'd seen it before and,
yeah.
what you liked about it, or if you've never seen it and
Or
why.
yeah, it's like hey, I need to pick that up.
Yeah, exactly. It's always fun to do that for sure. But yeah, so you know, I feel like I don't want to take you super like long tonight or
I work from home. I got no place to be tomorrow.
okay. Well, I just feel bad sometimes because I can kind of go off and just
No,
talk for a long time, but
no, I didn't. Even, I mean, what is it? It's been a little over 2 hours, and it
yeah.
doesn't even feel like it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, long as it didn't feel like it was
Yeah.
4 hours already or
No,
something like
no,
that.
not at all.
I always want to give that like easy out. Like if, well, I won't take you like super much longer, but I'm having a fun time. Like I said, it
Yeah,
flies by when you're just hanging out and talking about
yeah, and
these
it's just
things.
like you said, when you have somebody else there and you're bouncing things off of each other, I think
Oh, for sure.
it's such an easy flow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, like I said, I would really like to get out and see Sinners here pretty soon.
yeah. Oh, did he freeze? I
Did
think
I do it again?
yeah, I think he froze for a
Oh,
second.
man, I was getting kind of cocky
it,
about it.
it,
It hadn't
it
happened
was
for a
funny because
while.
you said and it just sounded like you paused.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Well, this has been
Yeah,
the fun thing tonight, but
I'm trying to think of what else is like. Just gonna go to my folder here. I want to see what else I like was looking forward to seeing this year because I feel like it was going to be a really good year for movies, and I got to find my folder that had all that stuff in there. Where the hell is it?
this is going to bring up here really quick. Ari's World was saying sometimes it's hard to dedicate enough time to a long movie. Breaking it up over 2 nights, we've done that a couple times. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been there too. I love watching it just straight through, but there's just some times where, or I'll get too tired and I'm just like, I gotta
yeah.
stop it for tonight.
Oh, here it is. Ballerina.
Oh yeah,
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 I think that's going to be a good one. The new Superman that comes
yo,
out. I
yeah.
think the trailer for that one looked really good. I think that one kind of sold me on it.
I'm interested to see.
Yeah. What
I
else
hope it.
is?
I hope it's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're beating a dead horse at this point with just all
The
the
superhero,
iterations of Superman.
yeah,
Even
or
just
Superman.
Superman alone. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so many different versions of it.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, 28 years later is definitely on there. Jurassic Park Rebirth. Uh,
Oh yeah.
didn't
No.
probably didn't need to happen, but I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that were. Yeah, I kind of forget about all of them that are coming out still this
yeah,
year. But
yeah. There's a lot.
yeah. And that was saying, and a word of advice: both of these movies are made for TV films, and they
Mhm.
get them over different nights in the week. If I was you, I would definitely watch them that way. What's an hour or two of it or
Yeah,
two? Yeah,
it's kind of like what they did with like the stand, like the original TV. They did. I think it was like two
yeah,
nights. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then hours of it. Don't try to watch the whole movie at one time like
yeah,
crazy me. Yeah, there's some that are pretty long,
yeah.
but no, I tell you what, I know it kept you over 2 hours. Maybe this be something if you're ever up for doing it again sometime. It'd
Absolutely.
be kind of
Yeah.
fun to hang out and
Anytime.
talk
Yeah.
about things. Um, I know I'm kind of random, but hopefully that was okay with you just to hang out and talk. But it was fun to
Absolutely.
dig into things you're watching, you're collecting,
Yeah.
things on your
And like
channel.
I said, I mean, that's kind of just the fun part about this is just talking about it and,
Yeah,
having that common ground of just talking about something we love.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think for that, maybe we'll wrap up for tonight. I know a
Sounds good.
couple people were still throwing some chats in here, and then I was saying, yeah, tonight I'm watching The Stand. Actually, the remake of The Stand was also done overnights as well. Yep.
Yeah, I never saw the remake of The Stand. I like the original though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, very good. If you don't
yeah,
mind hanging on for a moment after we go off live
yeah. Absolutely.
backstage,
Sounds good.
but I will say everybody in the chat's been awesome tonight,
Yeah, no,
and
everyone was great.
it makes me struggle a little bit to keep up with it, but it's a good struggle. It's a good
Nah,
struggle.
I think it was you did a good job.
But well, I appreciate it. But everybody that was in here, I saw a lot of people in here for a very long part of the stream, so I
Yeah,
appreciate that very much. If you were part of it or catching a replay, thank you again as well. Saying fun times, glad made it. Yeah, glad you got by here, Ari's
yeah.
World.
Thanks, Ari.
Got a lot of the good nights going on. But yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Great stream. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'll just say love you all. Thank you all for hanging out with us. And we'll definitely be doing this again sometime. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, like I said, go check out Brian's channel. His
Yes.
link is in
Thank
the
you.
description. Check it out. The hardest thing, I know I've repeated myself a couple times, but the hardest thing is just getting out in front of people and
Yep.
check it out. See what you think. It doesn't cost you anything,
Yeah.
right?
So,
So,
thank you.
but
I
thanks
appreciate it.
again, everybody, and we'll talk to y'all real
Have a good
soon.
night.
Yep, bye.